Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, Cooney, loser, bold guy. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, Cooney, upstays alive. Cooney, Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, Cooney, loser, bold guy. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, Cooney, loser, bold guy. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, Cooney, upstays alive.
Okay, yes, now they can hear us.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was a prank. You guys fell for it. Friggin' ducks.
Yeah, you guys suck.
You thought that was real? You thought that was real? Wow. What a takeaway, dude.
But you're going to be able to see my face like this. All serious.
No, that was definitely real. Why don't you do your intro again, you duck? Quack, quack.
All right, we're going to do the intro again. Wait.
Cooney,
Welcome back to the #1 live podcast that never fucks up, dude.
Big time.
Whoa. Yeah, dude, we didn't mess up at all, dude.
No, I've never messed up. No,
Never, dude.
listen. That was the thing. Just someone called it out in the chat, just like Mencia and Bert.
Yeah. Best podcast ever is what they meant, right?
Best podcast of all time.
Yeah, daddy.
Some would say. Yeah.
So like I was saying, we were going to do this on Patreon, but it proves to be more difficult than my little chin brain can handle. And we'll do Patreon streams in the future. I didn't know that there was a barrier for entry financially to do that.
We get it. We get it. It was hard to do. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe if we get more people subscribing, we can justify the cost.
When we get more than $20 a month from Patreon, we'll be able to stream privately on Patreon.
Well, don't lie to the people.
Good douche. Blockbuster Harris, have you seen any of the debate yet?
I haven't seen any of it. I've been at work. But I thought about watching it a little bit at the end, but I was like, no, save it for the fucking stream, dude.
I haven't watched it at all yet. Yeah, we're blaming the team like always. We just don't like talking about them when it's really their fault.
You know it's the team. You know they're fucking up. The people behind the scenes. We're the talent. Okay, we can't be bought like, oh, we got to do everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and you know what? At the end of the day, it's like, I get it, and thank you for teaching me this lesson.
Yeah.
All right? I should have done it myself.
If this or no, Patreon tier 3 sound. You Henry Ford daddy? All right, let's see. I got the stream here ready to go. C-SPAN, so I think everything's legit because C-SPAN is free television or something like that, right?
CTE span.
I got the chat here. Big Dick, sorry about that.
Oh, I'm gonna grab my computer too.
Okay. You can still hear, right? Yeah. I'm gonna start the stream here.
And he could fill up his.
Where do they start the actual debate?
poll.
Bedbug, dude.
Uh-oh.
Bedbug alert. This is like a bedbugs holiday, dude. Presidential debate. All the bedbugs get together and It's like Paris, France out there, dude.
I know they're all there. It's a big thing. Politics, because politics sucks. You know what else sucks? Pit bugs.
Yeah. Where's the debate at?
YouTube.
No, like what city, dude?
I realized as soon as you asked that, or as soon as I said YouTube, that you were asking where. I have no idea. Crystalia's house.
8 inches. Okay, 8 inches is where it's at. YouTube.
And this tweeted
Dallas.
out by
It's in Dallas.
former pro.
Let's see here.
January.
Okay, that's not them. Oh, here we go.
Good evening, I'm David Muir, and thank you for joining us for tonight's ABC News President.
Dude, the most bedbug looking people of all time. She looks like a painting.
Yeah, I mean they're both good looking people, but that's a real big forehead on her. You got a big forehead on her.
That forehead a problem.
Goddamn forehead go down to here.
Okay, so if you click the live. No, you didn't click the live.
This one, right?
That first one to the left, yeah. And then to the bottom, pop out chat.
Debate. We want to welcome viewers watching on ABC.
Oh,
and
this is on Thick Boy Network, dude? TBN, they're saying.
Around the world tonight. Vice President Kamala Harris.
Cooney shouldn't be talking about foreheads, B. Yours doesn't end, dude.
That's true, dude. I have a huge head. What was I doing? Why would I attack someone who has the same issue I got going on? Why do you think I'm wearing a hat?
This is her face right when you call her out for her forehead, dude. She's like, really, Cooney? She's looking at you like, oh, really, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, really, dude?
And President Donald Trump are just moments away from taking the stage in this unprecedented race for president.
And I'm Lindsay Davis. Tonight's meeting could be the most consequential event
What's
of their
up, Rand?
campaigns, with Election Day now less than 2 months away. For Vice President Kamala Harris, this is her first debate since President Biden withdrew from the race on July 21st. Of course, that decision followed his debate against
You're right,
President
Assad. I
Donald
should've
Trump in June.
fucking
Since then, this race has taken
Kept it
on
to
an
myself.
entirely new
There's a little bit of
dynamic.
shab
And
in
that
me
brings
every
us to
once in
the
a while.
rule.
You know this.
Yeah.
With 2 commercial breaks, no topics or questions have been shared.
Talking about the pot calling the kettle black? Or how does it?
What was there was a clip this week where it's like the kettle just got roasted.
Yeah,
Or something like that.
by
That's
the
funny.
pot.
Yeah.
Oh, 2 minutes. We don't got time for that, dude. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
Oh man, the silence is weird.
Yeah. I missed the fucking
Kamala
crowds.
Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Have fun.
Thank you.
She went. It was so awkward. She was like, "Hello."
Why did she go so far? She went way too far. I'm already on Trump's side. I'm not even. Listen, I'm voting for Kanye West. For you guys just to know that, dude.
Sure, you want Kanye to be president.
I want Kanye to be president.
You were yay 2024.
But as an undecided voter, aside from Kanye, Trump, she went way too far shaking Trump's hand right there, dude.
It was like watching Chappelle race Schaub.
Yeah.
She won, and like he was going very slow, and she's all fast, like she's gonna make. I'm gonna shake your hand,
And then Trump gets his hamstrings. He's like, ah.
and he's all cool. He's like, have fun, do good tonight, Kamala.
Alamak.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Have fun.
She said her
say
own
her
name.
name? Whoa.
She said her own name. Dude.
Kamala Harris, nice to meet you. I don't know if you've heard of me. Ever heard of it?
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Great guy, never met him.
Welcome to you both. It's wonderful to have you. It's an honor to have you both here tonight.
Too
Good
much
evening.
stress.
We are looking forward to a spirited and thoughtful debate.
So let's get started. I want to begin tonight with the issue that voters repeatedly say.
It's just a lot. I didn't know we were voting for 2 bed bugs, dude.
This is nerve wracking.
Yeah.
This is so intense. I've watched debates before, but this is crazy. They were both coming out like all like stiff and weird and like have fun. I'm Kamala. Like they're both very strange.
Kamala. That's how we start every podcast. I go, Jared.
I get it though, dude, because like, this is a big chance for the both of them. Maybe the biggest chance ever in any debates.
Yeah.
Right. We'll see.
The first question is, are you vaccinated?
Say is their
How many
number
chicks
one
do you
issue,
fuck?
and
How
that
many chicks do you fuck?
I mean, when do you get to that? That's got to be the first question, or maybe like, when we're gonna ask you something really important right now.
Yeah.
Real quick.
And
If
then
one of the debaters says real quick, that'd be great.
Trump goes 8 inches.
is the economy and the cost of living in this country. Vice President Harris, you and President Trump were elected 4 years ago, and your opponent on the stage here tonight often asks his supporters, are you better
First question, you like Moana?
off than you were 4 years ago? When it comes to the economy, do you believe Americans are better off than they were 4 years ago?
So I was.
So, damn, she hit him with the Hinchcliffe.
Yeah, dude.
That's a tough question to answer.
It's so easy just to go like, yes, they're better off now.
Yeah,
dude, yes. Instead, she's like, hypothetically, what's better?
I would just make stuff up. I'd be like, or like exaggerate. I'd be like, listen, 4 years ago, we were all about to die from COVID, okay?
Yeah.
Because this guy Trump was doing blah, 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 blah. That's what I would say. I would turn it back on that guy.
I would go, listen, 4 years ago, T-Fat-K was getting millions of views, so we didn't really know what we were doing, all right?
Raised as a middle class
It was a special time.
kid. And I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class and working people of America. I believe in the ambition, the aspirations, the dreams of the American people.
I mean, can we talk about the state of... has Donald Trump been in a coal mine for like 3 days, dude?
He does look like he has a lot of like... It's like... It's a combination of makeup and coming out of a coal mine. It's like dirt. Like he has, it's so much makeup that he's like been dirtied up. They're like, give him the rugged, the coal miner that likes to look good on the job. Yeah. He works hard, but he's still, there's something about him. He's very suave.
Trump, how do you feel about immigration? He's like, I was in a coal mine for 3 weeks.
I wanted to experience what the normal guy, the loser.
Yeah.
The person who works too much, the white boy that works too much, I wanted to know how to do that. So I did a coal mining job. Now I'm on stage with Kamala, whatever her name is. I don't care what she has to say. I'm talking to the Hawks, not the Ducks, okay? Can I get a fuck Miguel in the chat?
Can we get some fuck? That'd be great if you asked for, can I get some fuck Miguels in the chat?
Someday.
And that is why I imagine and have actually a plan to build what I call an opportunity economy. Because here's the thing. We know that we have a shortage of homes and housing, and the cost of housing is too expensive for far too many people. We know that young families need support to raise their children, and I intend on extending a tax cut for those families of $6,000, which is the largest child tax credit that we have given in a long time, so that those young families can afford to buy a crib, buy a car seat, buy clothes for their children.
So that they can scoop up the bag, fam.
One of them is small businesses.
Actually,
my mother raised my sister and me, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses. My plan is to give a $50,000.
I like how they put the question.
Damn, that's kind of a gadoosh there. Like she's not answering the question, so they put it on the screen again just to show that you're not answering it.
That's so great.
I mean, I get it. She wants to like do her spiel or whatever. She wants to. This is why I'm great and whatever, but it's not really answering the question.
Yeah.
So Trump is going to be like, she didn't say shit, fuck her, you know?
You were here for 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. We should predict what they're going to say like we do a shop.
Exactly.
But he's probably going to be like, she had 4 years to do it.
You could change it. You still have 3 months. You can still change it.
How funny would that be if they're like, President Trump, do you have a rebuttal to that? And he's like, she had 4 years. And they just stops and he looks at her. He might do that. Yeah. This guy's crazy. Yeah. He needs a handler.
He's got this weird Clint Eastwood look about him the whole time right now, dude. He's like, oh, you want to change the economy.
Yeah, it is like that, isn't it?
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, man, he has like a fucking steely confidence that's like, I would be more like her, a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
You know, in this kind of scenario. It's crazy that he's so good at this because he is a lunatic.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Imagine if the question was, so Gerard, did you jack off last night? And I'm like, so I grew up in a middle class family and, you know, it's so hard to buy a house right now. The answer is yes. But I just go around.
You go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
You paint your narrative.
Look at you guys. What up, Hawks?
$1,000 tax deduction to start up small businesses, knowing they are part of the backbone of America's economy. My opponent, on the other hand, his plan is to do what he has done before, which is to provide a tax cut for billionaires and big corporations, which will result in $5 trillion to America's deficit. My opponent has a plan that I call the Trump's sale.
Do you care about America's deficit? I don't give a fuck, dude.
I care if it affects me.
Exactly.
But I don't really know, like, you know, what it... Can I explain to you what is important about the deficit and why we don't need it? No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So none of us care, dude.
She's got it. What she's doing wrong is she's not explaining it in terms that we can understand. Like,
yeah.
How can I afford a truck?
Mm-hmm.
where can I find baddies to walk that truck to?
What are we gonna do about Rogue nicotine not being sold in 7-Elevens everywhere?
Fucking men.
Yeah.
All right? She's got to fucking talk to the guys drinking a big gulp.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Rain Energy.
I got a pouch in my mouth. I got a wife at home. Some kids have always wanted me to coach T-ball.
Yeah.
People are fucking saying they got better trucks than me and shit. It's like, you think you got a better truck than me, Kamala? I beg to differ.
Kamala ain't got no merch.
Sales tax, which would be a 20% tax on
She's
everyday
still going.
goods that you rely on to get through the month. Economists have said that
Why can't I speed
Trump
through it?
sales tax
Don't-
would
yeah,
actually
let's let
result
her go.
for
Okay.
middle class families in about $4,000 more a year because of his policies and his ideas about what should be the backs of middle
long
class
answer.
people paying
Yeah.
for tax cuts for billionaires.
It's like when you're I don't know if any of you Hawks ever done a job interview, and you like ask them like, so what is your biggest strength? And they say something where you're like, that's a good answer. They're like, I'm real good at accountability. I'm very accountable. You're like, okay, good answer. And then they're like, and also, but accountability is another thing. Is when I went to work and then I did that, and you're like, oh fuck, this person's a moron.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Here at Chipotle, working for you for 5. Yeah.
People that can't do social cues, where I'm just like, yes, if you're looking at me, you know, I'm like, all right, I like that answer. I want you to move on because I have
Yeah.
another question about what you just said. And they're continuing on. It's like, well, I'm not gonna fucking be listening to debate my whole life. Okay, come on, I got things to do.
President Trump, I'll give you 2 minutes.
First of all, I have no sales tax. That's an incorrect statement. She knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all the
What did he say?
She's full of
sales
shit.
tax. That's an
Let me
incorrect
tell you,
statement.
tariff. We got the sales tax, whatever. Tariffs is where it's at. China's gonna pay us what we want. China, suck my dick.
I've never met her.
And she knows that. We're doing tariffs on other countries. Other countries are going to finally, after 75 years, pay us back for all that we've done for the world. And the tariff will be substantial in some cases. I took in billions and billions of dollars, as you know, from China. In fact, they never took the tariff off because there was so much money they can't. It would totally destroy everything that they've set out to do. They're taking in billions of dollars from China and other places. They've left the tariffs on. When I had it, I had tariffs, and yet I had no inflation. Look, we've had a terrible economy because inflation which is really known as a country buster. It breaks up countries. We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before. Probably the
Very
worst
few
in our
people have ever seen before. I love that. Whenever he hits the never, people have never seen this before.
It's good. It's good. This time, it didn't really make a whole lot of sense. Like, there's only a few people, like individuals, that have seen inflation ever. And there was a guy in China. I mean, I'll bring it up again. His name was Jiang Zemin. He had inflation in his house, and he's dead now. His family's dead. They all burned to death. Very sad. It's like he doesn't. He's a funny guy. That guy.
I'll drive or whoever runs on the Drive Fast All Gas platform. Did it.
Yeah, dude. Get us some merch. Where's your merch plant?
Make America electric again.
our nation's history. We were at 21%, but that's being generous.
So many. There's very few people that have dealt with this. It's just a bad thing. It's a disease spreading throughout our country. Inflation is.
Kamala likes inflation. She thinks it's a good thing. I think it's a bad thing. Next question.
I wasn't going to say this, but I saw her sipping on some inflation backstage.
Because many things are 50, 60, 70, and 80% higher than they were just a few years ago.
If she was smart after this long string, because he's going long too.
Yeah.
These are two people that are both going to go way too long.
Baja
if
mode.
she was, yeah, they were born on Baja mode. Like, look at the two of them. But if she was smart, what she would do, she would wait for the end of it, and she'd go, well, now that we've heard from the coconut tree. If she said that shit, we'd go, play that fucking green button, dude.
Now that we've heard from the coconut tree.
Yeah, but she's not going to do it, dude.
No.
The people that she'd hired are morons that fucking...
She got Hillary Clinton's staff.
God.
It's like that went terribly for Hillary Clinton.
No, you need people outside the establishment to help your campaign. I think she's doing a little bit of that because, like, she's got this, like, that's some of the younger people doing brat or whatever that means.
Yeah.
So I think that's, like, somewhat helpful, but, you know.
Shout out Andrew Scholes, scoop at the bag, and kill Donald, like kill Tony.
Oh yeah, that's not like many comedians like me kill Tony Hinchcliffe, phony Cringecliffe. Okay, Austin is a big supporter of mine. You think it's liberal, but a lot of people like me there. A lot of people.
Keep Austin weird.
Yeah, Austin's never been more conservative. Not many people have ever seen it this conservative. It's the most conservative.
This has been a disaster for people, for the middle class, but for every class. On top of that, we have millions of people pouring into our country from prisons and jails, from mental institutions and insane asylums, and they're coming in and they're taking jobs that are occupied right now by African Americans and Hispanics.
He's sticking to this black jobs thing, dude.
Yeah. The black job thing is funny. And there's the many black jobs. I'm the king of it. I have so many. Some people have said they've never seen this many black jobs. They ask me what a black job is. I say, one of the best kinds of jobs there is, really.
She looks like Blake Griffin, like like an albino black guy. Right? They do this makeup thing when they get on TV that makes them just look pale.
Yeah, the makeup on both of them is very strange. I don't really know what she looks like. Like
She's got a woman's
character
tie.
in a movie.
This bothers me too. It's like she's like a founding father with this fucking little dress on, dude. Right?
She's dressing for the role that she wants, Gerardo.
Founding mother. Mr. O came in here on Baja mode. He said, I walked in here and I was like, you're all ducks. I was like, wow, you're all ducks.
And also unions. Unions are going to be affected very soon. And you see what's happening. You see what's happening with towns throughout the United States. You look at Springfield, Ohio. You look at Aurora in Colorado. They are taking over the towns. They're taking over buildings. They're going in.
Yeah.
They're taking over O'Block. Did you see that?
I heard that Chicago. Yeah, there was some Twitter stuff about Chicago and like gangs.
Yeah.
Versus the Venezuelan gangs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I appreciate the astute, insightful pontification of the host. 52. Dang, these are great comments.
Thank
dude.
you. Another real and like you can tell he really means that.
Yeah,
And that's
we got
cool.
fake comments too. This one says Gerardo's hating on women again.
Oh fuck.
I'm voting for Kamala, dude. Not because she's a woman, but because I'm horny. Let's go, dude.
Violently. These are the people that she and Biden led into our country. And they're
Led into
destroying
our
our
country.
country. They're dangerous. They're at the highest level of criminality. And we have to get them out. We have to get them out fast. I created one of the greatest economies in the history of our country. I'll do it again and even better.
We are going to get to immigration and border security during this debate, but I would like to let Vice President Harris respond on the economy here.
Well, I would love to. Let's talk about what Donald Trump left us. Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century. Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is...
There's something about politicians when they breathe. There's this, their mouth makes these lizard noises. You know what I'm talking about? Right?
I missed it. I mean, I believe it because they could be lizards.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's
what
one
I'm trying
thing.
to get to.
You're really saying they are lizards?
Oh, yeah, dude.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Watch. Listen in for this one.
democracy since the Civil War.
See, right there,
Oh.
dude. That's a lizard ass.
All right. I mean, maybe. Well, let's see you do this, okay? Because you're gonna be up there. Your throat's gonna be dry. You're near the way they mic you. If you're talking a lot, there's gonna be a little bit of fucking movement there, whether being a lizard or not.
You've heard this fucking noise come out of my mouth, dude?
Attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And
Yeah, dude. The
That's
second you went to fucking Lucky Boy when you're ordering a fucking burrito, you bastard.
Fucking lizard people, dude. Why is she smirking, though? Gerardo's at it again. Carne asada. Gerardo's too horny to vote.
Too horny to vote.
That's so
That's
funny.
good.
Yeah.
Too horny to vote would be too horny to try his get out the vote thing. He's like, all right, everybody, it's super important to vote this election. I know, like, a lot of times I don't have the time because my pants are around my wankles and whacking into some porn, but it's super important to get out there and vote for Trump 2024 MAGA, Make America Great Again.
And then at the
He fucks porn stars, and so he has my vote.
check it on the Patreon where I watch a video of him fucking a porn star.
And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess. What we have done and what I intend to do is build on what we know
Hey,
are the
Wolfcat with the gun. Be cool, dude.
aspirations
Headstone
and
had
the
a
hopes
good
of
bit on Jeff Dye.
Which one? Oh, I heard Jeff Dye watched the debate and his voice screaming. And what?
His voice, he lost his voice screaming because he the women thing, and then they this was like, what was the thing where his voice kept cracking? It was very simple.
He said bitch.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It was bitch. Damn, it's so similar to the nuts thing. Nuts.
Cooney's a lizard person, dude.
Maybe.
Straight up bedbugs in the chat. Oh, Tennessee, you got me on your side again now, dude. Before you were kind of like ducking it up in here, but now that he's claiming there's some bedbugs in the chat, I like him.
the American people. But I'm going to tell you all in this debate tonight, you're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name calling. What you're going to hear tonight is
I mean, that mouth is hydrated, dude. There's just so much. Every time she closes her mouth and opens it, there's this weird fucking noise. I hate it. Whenever you watch these debates, even in the 60s, fucking Nixon and Kennedy are like...
Nixon was struggling.
Yeah.
He was like sweating, but for some reason, Kennedy was the only Irishman that doesn't sweat. You know?
Yeah.
He was like completely dry and he looked cool. So the people that listened to it, you know, the historical thing, the people that listened to it thought Nixon won, but the people that watched it or were going Baja mode with TVs, the people with 3 C's in their TV, they knew Kennedy won, or they thought Kennedy won.
Captain Crump, I know that's right.
the detailed and dangerous plan called Project 2025 that the former president intends on implementing if he were elected again. I believe very strongly that the American people want a president who understands the importance of bringing us together, knowing we have so much more in common than what separates us, and I pledge to you to be a president for all Americans.
President Trump will give
I
you
wouldn't mind getting together with her, you know what I mean?
You're just too horny for it.
I'm way too horny to vote, dude.
maybe Gerard, like if she left Doug Emhoff and she's with you
Fuck
now.
that guy, dude.
You're like dating. There's pictures of you holding hands walking around the White House.
The first boyfriend.
Or if she loses, you could like, she's all depressed and then she'll like cut her fucking head and she looks up and it's just you holding like, some flowers that you brought for her. You're like, I'm so sorry, honey. You did great. You did everything you could.
Yeah.
You really, you're Netflix, okay? The American public, there's too many Blockbuster people, but
You're
they
giving
try
me
to
too much
make out
credit,
with
dude. You're giving me way too much credit. I would walk in and be like, this looks like someone needs ice cream.
her.
And then we go get ice cream, dude.
Okay, well that's not bad either. Ice cream.
I mean, you know.
It's better than what I thought. I thought you were
Let's
like,
be honest. An ice cream is for me, not for her. I just want ice cream, daddy.
Okay. Fair enough. That's your one issue. Ice cream.
And here to respond.
Number one, I have nothing to do, as you know, and as she knows better than anyone, I have nothing to do with Project 2025. That's out there. I haven't read it. I don't want to read it purposely. I'm not going to read it. This was a group of people that got together. They came up with some ideas, I guess some good, some bad, but it makes no difference. I have nothing to do. Everybody knows I'm an open book. Everybody knows what I'm going to do. Cut taxes very substantially and create a great economy like I did before. We had the greatest economy. We got hit with a pandemic. And the pandemic was not since 1917, where 100 million people died. Has there been anything like it? We did a
They're
phenomenal...
doing in the chat. They noticed. I didn't notice it, but he said he never read it.
Oh, yeah.
It's like some good ideas, some bad. Great play.
He didn't
great,
read it, though.
But I've never seen it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Okay. Some people said the Juggalos wrote it. Okay. I'm not a Juggalo. I've never had a Fanta. What do they Fago drink? I don't drink Fago. I drink Diet Coke.
I've painted my face once, and that was for a Jeffrey Epstein party. Trump never makes eye contact, B. Something about that seemed real feminine to me.
Yeah, someone else pointed that out in the chat. It is a little bit weird that he's not looking at her at all. Right?
I've seen him glance over her a couple times, but
Okay.
dude, imagine you're in Baja mode and you're trying to keep it together, dude. You're not going to be thinking about where you're looking at. He's trying to just like focus on not cutting her off,
Right.
And then like keeping a tally of all the shit that she's saying, trying not to think about fucking her too, and then he's going to put it out there after she's done talking.
That's a good point. He's thinking about what he wants to say, so that's why he's not looking at her.
Yeah.
Interesting.
job with the pandemic. We handed them over a country where the economy and where the stock market was higher than it was before the pandemic came in. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. We made ventilators for the entire world. We got gowns, we got masks, we did things that nobody thought possible. And people give me credit for rebuilding the military. They give me credit for a lot of things, but not enough credit for the great job we did with the pandemic. But the only jobs they got were bounce back jobs. These were jobs bounce back, and it bounced back and it went to their benefit. But I was the one that created them. They know it, and so does everybody else.
Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond.
So
I like how they have only asked one question so far about the economy.
Yeah, it hasn't really gotten too much into the thick of it, really.
And have you ever seen a debate where they're allowed to respond to responses multiple times? It's usually like a question, and then you both respond, and then a question, you both respond. They go back and forth.
I mean, the moderators are off the rail. Clearly, neither of them have had magic mind tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is very slow, and they're just going back and forth on this one thing.
It feels like watching a football game with nothing but interceptions. It's like, oh, they made it halfway down the field up, and then they're halfway down the field up, and back.
Yeah.
Nobody's scoring a field goal.
And she just did the thing again.
She did?
As everybody else.
Vice President Harris, I'll let you respond.
So
Almost.
Almost.
She didn't at all.
Nobody can do it like Trump Cliff, dude. So
Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the
there
richest
we go.
people.
This is the shot I want, dude. I wanted to see their whole bodies.
Yeah, it's a better shot.
Look how short she is, dude. Short queens in the chat. Can I get some fuck me girls?
I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy, and the best economist in our country, if not...
That's a C-clamp, dude. That's a closed C-clamp. She's C-clamping her way into our minds right now, dude.
I think if I were up there, I'd be red barring it up, but like, this guy Trump, he's a fucking idiot. Okay?
Not the world, have reviewed our relative plans for the
I don't want to see Trump's whole body pause, bro. I want to see what they working with, fam.
future of America. What Goldman Sachs has said is that Donald Trump's plan would make the economy worse. Mine would strengthen the economy.
Worst?
What the Wharton School has said is Donald Trump's plan would actually
the mouth is
explode
bugging the fuck out of me, dude.
16 Nobel laureates have described his economic plan as something that would increase inflation and by the middle of next year would invite a
Kamala has
recession.
small hands.
You just have to look at where we are and where we stand on the issues. And I'd invite you to know that Donald Trump actually has no plan for you because he is more interested in defending himself than he is in looking out for you.
It's just a soundbite. They gave her that to say. I went to the
Baja mode commenced, dude.
Oh, shit.
Like, in his mind, he's just like, so you can barely hear it from across the stage. You hear it. It gets closer and closer.
Looking out for you.
It's just a soundbite. They gave her that to say. Look, I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and many of those professors, the top professors, think my plan is
Tiny
a
hands,
brilliant
but big
plan. It's a
plans.
great plan. It's a plan that's going to bring up our worth, our value as a country. It's going to make people want to be able to go and work and create jobs and create a lot of good, solid money for our country. And just to finish off, she doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, we'll try and
That one
lower
didn't land for
taxes.
me.
That's a Shabism right there, dude. You just went Shab mode right there.
He doesn't read a lot. The only book he can think of is Run Spot Run. It's C Spot Run, right?
I don't
Something
know,
like that.
dude.
Yeah, it's not, that wasn't the best line I've seen from him.
All she knows is green eggs and ham. That's
Yeah.
it. Just 4 sentences.
All she knows is stop signs and green light, red light. It just gets dumber. You know how, like, when you're at a stoplight and there's a green light and a red light and a yellow light, that's all she knows. Okay? All she knows is when you touch something hot, it hurts your hand.
Women can't even drive. She doesn't even know stoplights.
She's foolish, okay? She's somebody when it's raining out, when she feels wet stuff on her head, she thinks it's raining outside, okay? Wet rain on the head. All right, I tried too much.
Spot, run. 4 sentences.
C spot run.
4 sentences. Like run, spot, run.
C spot run.
4 sentences that are just, we'll
But the way that she looked at him too was like, how did you hear about that, dude? Watch your face.
like run, spot, run.
She's like, who the fuck told you about my book, dude?
It would be even weirder though if she didn't know what C-Spot Run is. Like she had no childhood. Everybody knows that, right?
I don't know what the fuck C-Spot
Really? You never
Run is.
read that as a
No.
kid? Someone said I know about the classics. Well, give a moose a cookie. She knows give a moose a cookie. You don't know give a moose a cookie?
If Trump said give a moose a cookie, I will fucking end my life tonight.
She
dude.
knows good night moon. Okay.
Red fish, blue fish.
Red fish. See?
Yeah,
that's
one
a
I
good.
know.
That's a see. You know. You just
She never read Calvin and Hobbes.
give a moose a muffin. I said it wrong. It's actually give a moose a cookie. Thank you, Heavy Beaver.
Give a cookie a moose.
I know all the
sentences
books.
that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Mr. President, I do want to drill down on something you both brought up. The Vice President brought up your tariffs. You responded, and let's drill down on this because your plan is what she calls is essentially a national sales tax. Your proposal calls for tariffs, as you pointed out here, on foreign imports across the board. You recently said that you might double your plan, imposing tariffs up to 20% on goods coming into this country. As you know, many economists say that with tariffs at that level, costs are then passed on to the consumer. Vice President Harris has argued it'll mean higher prices on gas, food, clothing, medication, arguing it costs the typical family nearly $4,000 a year. Do you believe Americans can afford higher prices because of tariffs?
They're not going to have higher prices. What's going to have and who's going to have higher prices is China and all of the countries that have been ripping us off for years. I was the only president ever. China was paying us hundreds of billions of dollars, and so were other countries. And, you know, if she doesn't like them, they should have gone out and they should have immediately cut the tariffs. But those tariffs are there 3.5 years now under their administration. We are going to take in billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. I had no inflation, virtually no inflation. They had the highest inflation perhaps in the history of our country because I've never seen a worse period of time. People can't go out and buy cereal or bacon or eggs or anything else. The people of our country.
Who do you think buys cereal, eggs, and bacon for Trump?
For Trump?
Yeah.
Oh, like who does he hire to do it? Maybe one of Melania's assistants.
That'd be funny if, since he became president, he's not allowed to go to the grocery store anymore. So that's what he's like. People can't do this anymore just because he can't go to the grocery store.
Or like he had to like up the allowance that he gives his servants. Oh my God, they're tearing me apart. They went to the grocery store, and all I wanted was a golden
Cookie.
a cookie with gold on it. You can't even afford that anymore. He came back. I said, "Where's my golden cookie?"
Are absolutely dying with what they've done. They've destroyed the economy. And all you have to do is look at a poll. The polls say 80 and 85 and even 90% that the Trump economy was great, that their economy was terrible.
Vice President Harris, I do want to ask for your response, and you heard what the president said there, because the Biden administration did keep a number of the Trump tariffs in place. So how do you respond?
Well, let's be clear that the Trump administration resulted in a trade deficit, one of the highest we've ever seen in the history of America. He invited trade wars. You want to talk about his deal with China? What he ended up doing is under Donald Trump's presidency.
Donald.
She is struggling with some words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who do you think is winning right now? 8 inches.
Who do I think is winning?
Oh, you're right. We don't know how many chicks they fuck.
Yeah, we don't know enough yet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't really know where they stand on the major issues, like I've said.
Mm-hmm. Which is like rubbing tugs.
Fish, cars, kids.
Yeah.
You know, that's really how you win an election.
My bad. Here you go. If you want to relax out here a little
Oh, hell yeah.
bit. My bad. I forgot to do that.
This whole time I felt like I was in traction control. Now I feel like I'm in Baja mode.
ended up selling American chips to China.
Oh, chips? Not Ruffles. I learned this recently. It's computer chips.
What about? That's stupid.
Not worth it. While I was doing it, I was like, well, don't do this.
Nah, you do the rest of the show.
You just leave.
I'm just kidding. But no, I agree with Brian. Canada or like fucking China or Russia is winning, but that's probably, yeah.
Yeah. I don't like Russia. Not one bit.
Help them improve and modernize their military, basically sold us out, when a policy about China should be in making sure the United States of America wins the competition for the 21st century.
China!
Which means focusing on the details of what that requires, focusing on relationships with our allies, focusing on investing in American-based technology.
Damn, she's freestyling right now, dude. I don't know if you see this hand movement she's doing, dude.
focusing on relationships with
She's
our
like-
allies,
And then,
focusing
oh,
on
what's that
investing in
move, dude? What the fuck is that? She's making an upside down Christmas tree, Daddy. That's a good move. I don't know if you've ever tried it yourself. See how I just hit you with it right there?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely studying the hand movements and like thinking about what can I take, what should I not use.
Tony Hinchcliffe, he sucks.
Tony Hinchcliffe, you know, he's a guy. I can't really do her voice.
Don't do this one. Don't do that one.
What's I'm trying to do her. Like I'm trying to do her laugh. I can't really do it.
Or you used to do that. She does that a
Ew,
lot.
don't do that.
She does that so much though.
Okay, well,
Not like blowjobs, but her mouth, the reptile thing I was talking about earlier.
you're a natural to it.
Ah, come on, dude. Why are you gonna praise me like that on the fucking earwaves, dude?
American-based technology so that we win the race
I'm telling
on
you.
AI,
Ooh.
on quantum computing, focusing on what we need to do to
She's
support.
been listening to some JRE, dude.
What'd
Talking
she
about
say?
AI and quantum competing.
Okay.
Competing.
I hope so. You got to stay informed as a politician. JRE, I mean, hope she gets all the right stuff. She got Americana going and all that stuff.
Yep. Her C clamps went Baja mode, dude. That's what I'm trying to say. She's no longer hitting you with the C clamp because it didn't work earlier.
Mm-hmm.
She's got to hit you with the upside down Christmas tree, the fucking leaping hurdles with the hand right there, dude.
Mm-hmm.
These are some classic moves.
America's workforce so that we don't end up having on the short end of the
Ah,
stick
damn
in
it.
terms of work,
And then she malfunctioned.
What do you mean?
so that we don't end up having on the short end of
Yeah. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
well.
It's hard for lizards to talk, dude. Bed bugs and lizards is what we're watching live on TV right now, dude.
the stick in terms of workers' rights. But what Donald Trump did, let's talk about this, with COVID, is he actually thanked President Xi for what he did during COVID. Look at his tweet. Thank you, President Xi, exclamation point, when we know that Xi was responsible for lacking and not giving us transparency about the origins of COVID.
Interesting.
Trump.
Interesting move there.
Yeah.
Because, like, she didn't go the full way. She was like, we know he's responsible. It sounds like, whoa, is she going to say that China, like, created COVID?
Mm-hmm.
And then she's like, for not being, like, honest about it or whatever. And he's a great guy. Never met him.
Crazy, dude. That's
I
so
know.
crazy for the Democratic Party to stand on that.
You got to go full. Well, he doesn't say it either, really. Has he said that China? He probably did.
He called it the Kung Flu,
yeah, he did.
dude.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. It's been so long. But, like, I wonder why he said thank you then. That doesn't make any sense. I don't know. My memory's been messed up by COVID and Democratic lies.
Yeah. I don't
But
know.
I mean, I just think if you're gonna say that, say it with your chest.
I'll let you respond.
First of all, they bought their chips from Taiwan. We hardly make chips anymore because of philosophies like they have and policies like they have. I don't say her because she has no policy. Everything that she believed 3 years ago and 4 years ago is out the window. She's going to my philosophy now. In fact, I was going to send her a MAGA hat. She's gone to my philosophy. But if she ever got elected, she'd change it. And it will be the end of our country. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. But when you look at what she's done to our country, and when you look at these millions and millions of people that are pouring into our country monthly, where it's, I believe, 21 million people, not the 15 that people say, and I think it's a lot higher than the 21. That's bigger than New York State pouring in. And just look at what they're doing to our country. They're criminals. Many of these people coming in are criminals. And that's bad.
Evil Alan said, send her a MAGA hat and give her a chug walk.
For our economy, too. You know, you mentioned before, we'll talk about immigration later. Well, bad immigration is the worst thing that can happen to our economy. They have, and she has, destroyed our country with policy that's insane. Almost policy that you'd say they have to hate our country.
President Trump.
Trump just roasted her worse than Kill Tony. I don't agree with that, but
No, yeah, I mean, well,
I think it's a funny
the
comment.
Kill Tony roasts are pretty bad sometimes, right? Like, what are
Yeah.
these candidates going to do to prevent us from having to listen to David Lucas?
There we
right?
go. Why can't we talk about the real issues?
Step in and tell me about what you think about Kill Tony and what it's done to comedy.
And if you were to say that on stage, I would say,
That's a good one.
Well, yeah, I mean, we gotta talk about some of these comedians now that are out there, like David Lucas, and too much airtime. Also, the whole I'll take another one. Also, the whole thing of just insulting. You look alike. We were doing this last night, even after the show. We kept doing it. We did like I would do Lucas, and then you would do Tony, and then we'd be like, Man, Tony, you looking like a hole in the ground with your gay ass. And what would Tony say to that?
You look like the Battle of Algiers.
Because you don't want to do the rest. Yeah, maybe that's better for Patreon. You know what? I self-censored a few of the words that I used as Lucas, so we'll save that for Patreon.
Gay ass motherfucker.
Lindsay?
I want to turn to the issue of abortion. President Trump, you've often touted that you were able to kill Roe v. Wade. Last year, you said that you were proud to be the most pro-life president in America.
Dude, I mean, I don't know how they allowed this bedbug in the building. Dude, never heard of her before, first of all.
Right.
Right? The other guy I've seen before, he's a, what is it called? Ingrained bedbug. This
Sure.
is a fresh one, dude, just looking for blood.
And I'm not. No, we need to be clear here, and let me be clear. So,
So,
when we say bedbug, that doesn't mean we don't think that she's attractive. Because she is. I want to make that clear. Okay, she's an attractive woman. If she was a bedbug, and she would probably get me.
there's
If I was not
exactly,
taken.
dude. There's plenty of bedbugs I would sleep with. Yes,
Yeah,
Cooney.
right.
Baddie. Yeah, everyone's saying she's a baddie.
Yeah.
I agree, but we gotta, dude. Any lady that wears shoulder pads on TV is a bedbug, daddy. I don't make the rules, right?
I'm so stupid. Like, and a woman could be like, I need $5,000 because like I stubbed my toe, and I'd be like, oh my god, yes, of course. Here you go, bedbug. All right, I don't know what I'm talking about. Play the debate before I say more.
All 4 of our women fans are gonna message you with, I needed help.
I've already been conned, so you're too bad for you.
Last year, you said that you were proud to be the most pro-life president in American history. Then last month, you said that your administration would be great for women and their reproductive rights. In your home state of Florida, you surprised many with regard to your 6-week abortion ban, because you initially had said that it was too short. And you said, quote, I'm going to be voting that we need...
Thank you, Radthad. He gets it. Shoulder pads equals bedbug, no exceptions.
That is a weird move in 2024 to have shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I'll try on a blazer or whatever, and I'd be like, why are they so big? Like, can you get that removed? Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
You know, like, the number one reason why Hillary Clinton lost.
Oh, she wore shoulder pads?
Shoulder pads, daddy. Look at your computer.
Oh, my God.
I got some inside information, and that's 100% right, dude.
more than 6 weeks. But then the very next day...
Quarterback looking ass with those shoulder pads.
Yeah.
Gonna be live fact checking the stream all night, but
oh my God, David, you're so funny. Oh my God, David, stop.
Look at you sitting on a goddamn pole, gay ass motherfucker.
David, I can't say what you are because I'm canceled, but it has to do with race and you're fat.
Reversed course and said you would vote to support the 6-week ban. Vice President Harris says that women shouldn't trust you on the issue of abortion because you've changed your position so many times. Therefore, why should they trust you?
Well, the reason I'm doing that vote is because the plan is...
C-clamp, C-clamp, dude. He went straight into the C-clamp. Right when it comes to talking about women, he's acting like he's choking them. He's like, well, listen, women.
Darth Vader.
Or why should they trust you?
Well, the reason I'm doing that
Let's
vote
look at
is
this.
because...
Oh,
There you go. That's a C-clamp.
oh, god damn. Have you ever seen it like this, dude?
It's a grip. He got a grip on him.
That is a 3-fingered C-clamp right there, daddy. You see that?
It's good.
And his finger is like very, it's like, you know what I mean? It's not really clamped out. It's kind of like cinch. It's like a C-cinch.
Maybe he's doing that wrist exercise thing where you squeeze the thing.
Yeah.
He's a climber.
Let's see here.
Because
Look
the
at that.
plan is, as
Ooh.
you know, the vote is, they have
Rough use of the
abortion
C-clamp.
in the 9th month. They even have, and you can look at the governor of West Virginia, the previous governor of
8-inch C-clamp, see? He's crip talking, dude.
West Virginia, not the current governor, is doing an excellent job, but the governor before, he said the baby will be born, and we will decide what...
He meant to say Virginia, not West Virginia. Because West Virginia is this loyal guy, the big fat guy that had a dog on stage at the convention. He's saying Ralph Northam said something about killing a baby after it was born. That was Virginia, okay? Get your Virginias right.
Your Virginia is very, or at least where you grew up was very liberal, huh?
Yeah, I grew up in Northern Virginia. It's a very liberal place.
Dang. They need to make 4 Virginias, dude. They need to make north, south, east, and west.
You can't even wear a red hat in where I came from. No red. I mean, I have a red hat, but I can't wear it back there.
No?
Yeah.
Oh, what about this jacket, daddy? I'll get shot.
Well, that doesn't look like a MAGA jacket, really, does it?
Clippers, I mean, dude. Kawhi Leonard always wears a MAGA hat. And you know what? Whenever I see it.
What to do with the baby. In other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates.
It annoys me, dude. Predominates?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's a word.
No, I don't know if that's the right
In
word.
other words, we'll execute the baby. And that's why I did that, because that predominates, because they're radical. The Democrats are radical in that. And her vice presidential pick, which I
Can
think
we still abort Schultz? I mean, great. I would vote liberal if we could do that.
Honestly, I would vote for LPJ 27 after he's saying that. Like, maybe you should be president.
Great policy.
it was a horrible pick, by the way, for our country, because he is really out of it. But her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says
David would scratch in his pants and make Kamala smell it. Smell this, Kamala. I'm fat as shit.
abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine. He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion.
You ever heard about this thing about, and you don't have to respond to this if you don't want to, but have you ever heard of this thing about Kalila? That she has an abortion fetish?
Ew. No,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
What do you explain?
There's multiple times where she like talks in the early days of Tiger Belly, and in the comments, please don't laugh, dude. Come on,
It's funny.
In the early days of Tiger Belly. In the comments, if you guys heard about this, please respond or comment so I don't feel like alone out here. But I think Too Lazy to Try made a video about this.
Yeah.
That don't kink shame.
Yeah, dude.
No, but she talks about the 2 abortions she had with a lot of jest and like she enjoyed it.
What I think is funny about Kalila is there's another video like where it's saying that she's like has some weird thing when she killed like someone killed somebody or something like that, and she's like into gangs and violence. She's a lot of crazy conspiracies around her, which just cracks me up. She's a podcaster, right? She does this girly podcast called Trash Tuesdays.
Amazing.
It's like, but then you look behind the veil and she's like murdered people and she has abortion fetishes and God knows what else. That's such a funny like rumor to have. We are not interesting enough.
I like the analogy.
We're not interesting.
We're not.
enough.
No, we're not.
Nope. Like there's not enough stuff. There's no rumors about us. I have small teeth. I'm bald.
I put Sharpies in my butt.
And then we're saying that you hate women, and now they're saying we both hate women in the chat. You're an angry guy, right? You know, I don't know anything. I don't know how to do anything. Mm-hmm. These are all things, but they're not. They're kind of just very normie things to have, right?
People are like, these guys are gay. What's it called? I like the analogy, though. It's like, you see Trash Tuesday, it's a beautiful little rock in like a dirt patch, you know? Mm-hmm. Oh, I want to have that rock for my desk. Like I have rocks here, you know? Mm-hmm. You lift it up and you see a spider fucking a roly-poly. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know?
Or, you're watching it. You're a girl. You just, these girls are so funny. They're so funny. And then you like you join the Patreon, but they like make you get a tattoo and say like they give you a knife and say that you have to kill somebody or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a thing. It's like a cult.
White women and dogs, that's different.
because the baby is born is okay.
Oh, and then she also likes to fuck dogs, or she likes to jack dogs off.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just another thing to add to the list.
I
She's
mean,
got a lot going on.
If we have to jack dogs off to be successful, and then like get off to like killing babies to be successful, I think I'm gonna go work at Lowe's or something, dude.
No, I'm not gonna work at Lowe's. But I don't think I have to do that though.
I came here to chew bubblegum and jack dogs off, and there's no more bubblegum, daddy.
That'd be so funny. Like you have a meeting with the Illuminati person, and he's just going over. He's just like a normal guy, and he says it like, "Nah, look, I don't like this stuff. I don't know why we got to do it. But you got to jack off dogs. You got to kill babies. It's just a thing we do." And I'm like watching him, and I'm like, "You're all probably all on board. You've already signed a contract." And no, I'm just kidding. You would want to work with Lowe's, but for me, you'd be like, dude, you talk to me, you go, dude, I think we should just go fucking get a job at Lowe's or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, you're probably right. I'll see you outside. And you leave the room, you close the door, and I'm like, all right,
where's the dog?
What's the no? I go, what's the middle ground? Okay, I don't want to kill a child.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do anything with animals. But what's like, what can get me like half in, right?
Walk Brendan Shaw to his truck.
Ew.
It's all bad. It's all they have to have something on you, dirty dude.
Eduardo Madera says my dog gonna bite you.
Hey, and that's not okay with me, hence the vote. But what I did is something for 52 years they've been trying to get Roe v. Wade into the states.
Whereas the dog
And
was
through
better.
the genius and heart and strength of 6 Supreme Court justices, we were able to do that. Now, I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother. I believe strongly in it. Ronald Reagan did also. 85% of Republicans do. Exceptions. Very important. But we were able to get it, and now states are voting on it. And for the first time, you're going to see, look, this is an issue that's torn our country apart for 52 years. Every legal
That's not true. We kind of had it figured out until everyone fucked it up.
Wait, sorry. What did he say?
He's saying that abortion's an issue that torn our country apart for 52 years. But, I mean, I'm just talking about Gerardo's experience.
Right.
Abortion wasn't really an issue. I mean, you know,
It wasn't
until
as
like
much of
2
an
years
issue.
ago.
Yeah, it wasn't as much of an issue as now that it's like illegal.
That's what I'm saying.
Federally, yeah.
We had it
It was
figured
people
out.
just sort of arguing
Yeah.
about it, you know. But most people are just like, yeah, we can get an abortion if you want. But no, I agree with you.
It's these goddamn MAGA wearing Karens that won't let my girl kill the baby. All right?
Right.
Get your goddamn nose out of my business.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, definitely.
Listen, you can have your guns, and we gonna kill some babies. Just
Fish,
kidding.
cars, kids, sometimes.
Exactly, dude. When we want them, we get kids.
Exactly.
I'm trying to get Kalila to walk me to my truck, dude. Impregnate her, get her to kill the baby. She gets off to it. I get a smash. You know what I mean?
No, Ryan Landis is right though. They're bread and butter issues. They've been.
Oh,
they've been
come
pretty
on.
big.
No, Ryan, go suck a dick, dude. You're wrong. It's never been an issue. You guys are tripping.
No one's ever talked about it. In fact, the most we've ever seen is like a few people now.
Yeah.
A few people now is maybe the most ever talked about it, and it's a lot.
I'm going to say this. It wasn't an issue until Kalila was on earwaves talking about she likes drinking the blood of babies and shit. Whatever she said, dude. I just end the stream.
Gerardo's World. That'd be a good spinoff.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, this is the first time hearing about this. What, like global warming? What's that? Never heard of it.
Do you remember the first time you heard about abortion?
Probably not the first exact time. No, probably as a child.
Right.
Yeah.
But I remember being like, whoa, whoa, what the fuck? I think I knew what abortion was before I knew what rape was. You know what I mean?
Oh.
This is I'm not trying to say what's right or wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to vote, Daddy, unless I could do it for Kanye. But I remember I knew what abortion was before I knew what rape was, which is weird to me.
Honestly, I think if it, like, you know how when I'm an only child,
Right.
I wanted brothers and sisters and stuff like that, but it's like brothers and sisters, that meant maybe less toys. I was like, well, you know, if it happens, abortion's okay, Mom and Dad. I want more toys. I want to be able to go to college with you guys paying for it. Abortion now, abortion forever.
I was going to ask you a question, right? Because right now I'm voluntarily celibate, but I was wondering, what is it like to be involuntarily celibate, dude?
What do you mean?
You're an incel, dog. Got you, dude. What the fuck? I even told you that question before, and you still didn't understand what was happening.
It's I mean, I'm glad that you had fun doing it.
Dude, it's so funny to me, dude. I'm currently voluntarily celibate, dude, but what is it like being involuntarily celibate?
But it's not true though.
I know, but I'm calling you an incel, dude. Zoom in on you do nothing, you little muppets. Yeah, dude, I feel great right now.
Every Democrat, every Republican, liberal, conservative, they all wanted this issue to be brought back to the states where the people could vote. And that's what happened.
Sharpie in the butt is voluntarily. Yeah, Daddy. You know what noise makes when I put it in my butt? First, I'm like this. And I'm going like this. Dun, 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 and then I go.
Oh my god.
And then when I'm finished. Nobody should have gave me a
That
soundboard.
is
dude.
disgusting.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No.
I mean, we're talking about abortion and rape and incest right now, dude. I'm trying to lighten the mood.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Happened. Now, Ohio, the vote was somewhat liberal. Kansas, the vote was somewhat liberal, much more liberal than people would have thought. But each individual state is voting. It's the vote of the people now. It's not tied up in the federal government. I did a great service in doing it. It took courage to do it. And the Supreme Court had great courage in doing it. And I give tremendous credit to those 6 justices.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response.
Dude, I mean, she could do Trump right now,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah. She was like, I can't stand on that. You're not standing on business with that one.
I didn't know a bed book could go. You know what I'm saying, dude? Maybe
Yeah.
not worth it, but
I wouldn't have said it. I would have just ignored it. But
no,
people
it
gotta
bugs me.
get-
It bugs me that Trump is fucking parroting this idea that liberals get off to killing babies at 9
sure.
months.
Yeah.
I don't like
It's
that.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
That's
yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
And it's basically what she said in about 10 words right there.
In this
Yeah.
country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born. Madam Vice President, I want to get your response to President Trump.
Well, as I said, you're going to hear a bunch of lies, and that's not actually a surprising fact. Let's understand how we got here.
Kalila Coon.
Donald Trump hand-selected 3 members of the United States Supreme Court with the intention that they would undo the protections of Roe v. Wade. And they did exactly as he intended. And now in over 20 states, there are Trump abortion bans, which make it criminal for a doctor or nurse to provide health care. In one state, it provides prison for life. Trump abortion bans that make no exception even for rape and incest, which understand what that means. A survivor of a crime of violation to their body does not have the right.
LPJ does have a good point.
Yeah.
Do you want to predict what will bring the black scent out of anybody on stage? I'm not going to say just Kamala, just Trump, just Lindsey, or the other guy.
I mean, it would be crazy if Tim Walz did Black Scent.
I think gun
Minnesota.
control.
Tell me how that plays out.
Kamala Harris on the issue of gun control drops into black scent like a little eye drop, just a little bit of black scent.
Saying what?
I don't know, but I'm just assuming it's on the gun control. I don't know what, but you know what I
Okay.
mean?
I mean, it would be funnier if Trump kind of did like, say less, come on, yeah, like, say less, Queen. Oops, you just dropped this. I'm sorry that I got too much Riz for you.
Yeah.
You're mid. Your policies are mid.
She says she's Brad. I think I'm Brad.
She's Brad. Yeah, right. That was so 2012. Okay.
Yeah.
You're blockbuster. But yeah, I mean, if anybody used Black Sun, I'd obviously vote for them.
Yeah. Well, let's see where our votes lie, dude.
To make a decision about what happens to their body next. That is immoral. And one does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree. The government, and Donald Trump certainly, should not be telling a woman what to do with her body. I have talked with women around our country.
Cap.
You want to talk about this is what people wanted? Pregnant women who want to carry a pregnancy to term, suffering from a miscarriage, being denied care in an emergency room because the healthcare providers are afraid they might go to jail, and she's bleeding out in a car in the parking lot.
And then she goes,
She
something
didn't
about
want
that seemed real feminine to me, bruh.
Trump does have this weird demeanor about him that he's ready to rush her at any time, dude. He's not looking at her and just like stoically having lazy eyes. It's very weird.
He's not reacting to this. She's trying to draw him out. She's like, women are dying on the streets and
Yeah.
all that. And he's like, okay,
Say less.
whatever. As soon as she's done, I'm going to destroy her.
That would be funny if he was like, in Project 2025. I mean, oh, fuck.
that? Her husband didn't want that? A 12 or 13-year-old survivor of incest?
Yeah.
Being forced to carry a pregnancy to term? They don't want that. And I pledge to you,
They don't want that.
when Congress passes a bill
They don't want
to put back in place the
He's trying to give hot chips. I'm doing Kamala as Trump. He wants to. He said backstage, let's eat a hot chip. I said, I don't want that.
protections of Roe v. Wade. As President of the United States, I will proudly sign it into law. But understand, if Donald Trump were to be reelected, he will sign a national abortion ban. Understand, in his Project 2025, there would be a national abortion, a monitor that would be monitoring your pregnancies, your miscarriages. I think the American people believe that certain freedoms, in particular the freedom to make decisions about one's own body, should not be made by the government.
Thank you, Vice President Harris.
Well, there she goes again. It's a lie. I'm not signing a ban, and there's no reason to sign a ban because we've gotten what everybody wanted. Democrats, Republicans, and everybody else, and every legal scholar wanted it to be brought back into the states. And the states are voting. And it may take a little time, but for 52 years, this issue has torn our country apart. And they've wanted it back in the states. And I did something that nobody thought was possible. The states are now voting. What she says is an absolute lie. And as
She
far
is a little bit at times like Hillary Clinton with sauce on her. You
Yeah.
know, kind of just saying the same kind of stuff, but not as bad though. I will argue that like Hillary came off much worse all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
No, I completely agree. Trump has only gotten scarier. And I'm not saying that Kamala has gotten more likable. Trump has just gotten scarier. That's all I have to say. I don't think it's Kamala doing anything. It's just Trump doing it against himself. Like
yeah.
the continuous posting of being like, we're going to storm the Capitol again and shit like that. I'm like, nah, I don't want
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You gotta fucking chill out a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah.
I want to see Kamala eat a hot chip, dude.
I want to see Kamala do bits.
Skits and bits, yeah.
She's not done any bits. I like that she's kind of like laughing it off, you know, when he's like, she's stupid, blah blah blah, and she's a Marxist, and she's smiling, like looking at him all funny. That's kind of funny.
Yeah.
More of that, but words though.
far as the abortion ban, no, I'm not in favor of abortion ban, but it doesn't matter because this issue has now been taken over by the states.
Would you veto a national abortion ban if it came
Well,
to
I
your
won't
desk?
have to because, again, two things. Number one, she said she'll go back to Congress. She'll never get the vote. It's impossible for her to get the vote, especially now with the 50-50 and essentially 50-50 in both Senate and the House. She's not going to get the vote. She can't get the vote. She won't even come close to it. So it's just talk. You know what it reminds me of? When they said they're going to get student loans terminated, and it ended up being a total catastrophe. The student loans, and then her, I think probably her boss.
Didn't they take away some student loans?
I don't know. I'm not in. I don't have that, so I haven't really been paying attention.
Oh, dude, a couple of hawks there.
I know, right?
No student loans. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure early into Biden's presidency, I could be 100% wrong, but they had some sort of relief for student loans. I could be completely wrong, though.
What I want relief from is like what I owe to Thick Boy Studios.
Yeah.
Because like I'm into them pretty hard for T-shirts and hoodies and
Yeah.
stuff.
Like, can we get tax cuts for merch purchases?
Right.
That's-
Yeah, please. I'm like the dice that I bought, that say dicey on them.
Yeah.
It's like, it's hard to explain to them. To my girlfriend, like, we can't go to dinner tonight because I owe some money for these shot glasses that say Brendan Schaub on them. So,
Did you ever buy the Brendan Schaub,
what?
the shot glass,
Oh,
the
the-
Tiger? Wait, you
mean the
did, right?
dice?
No,
No.
you bought the cup that says
No,
Tiger?
Walsh did.
Oh, okay, then
So
you
that-
have it.
yeah, I still have it. I still have the Tiger Thick cup.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we can't go out to... I know it's your birthday, babe, but I couldn't get you anything because I had to buy a new Tiger Thick jersey. It was half off, but it's
You
still,
can wear it sometimes. Don't be a bitch.
When you ask to borrow my shirt, you can wear the fucking jersey. Sorry for cussing.
Oh, you don't like camo shorts that have a donut on them? Who are you? I don't even remember who I got with.
Babe, look, it says Make America Drive Fast All Gas. Why are you mad again?
I got you a cameo from Beanie Guy.
If you call him a boss, he spends all his time on the beach. But look, her boss went out and said, we'll do it again. We'll do it a different way. And he went out, got rejected again by the Supreme Court. So all these students got taunted with this whole thing about this whole idea. And how unfair that would have been, part of the reason they lost, to the millions and millions of people that had to pay off their student loans. They didn't get it for free. But they were saying it's the same way that...
Well, it's the same thing with like the NCAA paying athletes now. And all these athletes are in the pros like, fuck, dude. I didn't get paid for shit.
Oh yeah, I got gypped.
Yeah.
That whole thing is really cool.
Yeah.
Man, that would be. Can you imagine having talent?
I know, right?
Being really good at sports. That's fucking. Bappa fucked up. He was in the NFL.
Yeah.
He could have made tons of money at Colorado doing whatever he did.
Yep. What's it called? We got some comments in the chat here. Somebody said that they got forgiven for $30,000. I think that's a bit. Only ducks need loan forgiveness. Completely agree. You don't like my yellow hat that says drive fast all gas? Okay, so they're doing skits and bits. Let's give Cooney some money so he can keep going to Palm
That's what I'm
Springs.
talking about. Eduardo's got my back, dude. Yeah. Palm Springs.
Solvang. Napa County.
I know. I need to go on some wine tours. If you want me to keep being good at this, I'm going to have to visit some wineries pretty soon.
Yeah, kick my feet up.
Join the Patreon.
Yeah.
Get us there.
You'll know when we're making more money when we have more Zoom shows on YouTube.
It's only Zoom. I'm zooming in from a yacht.
You look like Jordan Belfort with your glasses and shit.
Tom Segura's head pops in. I'm like, Tom, get out of here. What the fuck? You're going to fuck it all up. They can't know you're here.
He's like, you're talking to the pores.
They have to keep thinking that I need this.
And you're like, where were we? Gerardo, yeah, you've been to Rite Aid recently? It's fucking, remember when we used to chill at Rite Aid all the time? Trying not to laugh.
They talked about that they talk about abortion.
But if I could just get a yes or no, because your running mate, J.D. Vance, has said that you would veto it if it did come to your desk.
Well, I didn't discuss it with J.D. In all fairness, J.D.
Why?
And I don't mind if he has a certain view, but I think he was speaking for me, but I really didn't. Look, we don't have to discuss it because she'd never be able to get it, just like she couldn't get student loans. They couldn't get student loans. They didn't even come close to getting student loans.
What is he saying? He's not making sense right now.
He's like, because they failed at student loans, they wouldn't be able to. I don't know, but
They're asking if he would veto a national abortion ban.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And he's saying they couldn't get it. It's like, no, we're talking about you right now, dude.
Right.
So what are we talking about? They couldn't get it.
Yeah, he's like, they can't even get it in there, so it doesn't matter. The question doesn't make sense. It's like, no, it makes sense. You have to say yes or no to it.
Yeah.
Or you can say yes or no, regardless of whether she has the ability to get it.
Yeah.
And like around.
Don't make no sense.
They taunted young people and a lot of other people that had loans. They can never get this approved. So it doesn't matter what she says about going to Congress. Well, wonderful. Let's go to Congress. Do it. But the fact is that for years they wanted to get it out of Congress and out of the federal government. And we did something that everybody said couldn't be done. And now you have a vote of the people on abortion.
Vice President Harris, I want to give you your time to respond, but I do want to ask, would you support any restrictions on a woman's right to an abortion?
I absolutely support reinstating the protections of Roe v. Wade. And as you rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America. And understand what has been happening under Donald Trump's abortion bans. Couples who pray and dream of having a family are being denied IVF treatments. What is happening in our country? Working people, working women.
Didn't Tim Walz get like his pussy sewn shut or something like that? What did he say?
What?
Didn't he say he's on like some sort of I sewed my pussy up type shit?
Are you asking if the vice presidential candidate asked if he could get his pussy sewed up?
Yeah,
What?
Yeah. Didn't he say something like that?
What sites are you on?
I'm on Gerardo.com right now, Daddy. It'd be cool, Gerardo. Do you guys know what I'm referencing?
I don't even understand the question.
No, he's on IBF or something. He's on. I'm saying that he has a pussy, but I'm joking.
Oh,
I'm guilty
know.
of being funny right now, dude.
He may have had IVF with his kids. I'm not sure.
Oh, he's on the kratom. His algorithm is nuts.
Never go full Baja mode.
No idea what you're talking about, Daddy. No, but they were giving him flack for having stolen valor by saying that he held the weapon in combat, and they were giving him flack for standing up for abortion rights by claiming that he had something to do with his pussy sewn shut.
Okay,
I'm just joking.
Actually, you know what? I just checked the facts, and and you're absolutely right.
I have inside sources, and let me just tell you, you're 100% right now. I wish Gerardo would drink. I'm guilty of laughter.
This Gerardo brought to you by Happy Hippo Kratom.
I'm not saying it was expected, dude, but the other day he came out and was saying my pussy's sewn shut, dude. Did you hear this?
No.
Who are working 1 or 2 jobs, who can barely afford childcare as it is, have to travel to another state to get on a plane sitting next to strangers to go and get the health care she needs. Barely can afford to do it, and what you are putting her through is unconscionable. And the people of America have not, the majority of Americans believe in a woman's right to make decisions about her own body, and that is why in every state.
Here it is, dude.
What?
Tim Walz I wanted to make another joke, but I'm not gonna do the joke right now. I'm not allowed to be funny apparently in front of Cooney. Tim Walz has described his family's IVF experience, but they used a different procedure. So he was going on interviews and stuff saying that he and his wife had to get IVF, whatever the fuck that is.
Right.
But that's not what they really did. So he was doing stolen valor with the IVF thing too.
Whoa, he's making up that they did IVF?
Yeah. They had something closely associated to it, but he's really blurring the lines.
Oh, so it's basically the same thing.
But it's not IVF, right? So,
okay. But like, so the thing he was doing wasn't banned?
yeah.
Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Okay. I see.
Because what he did was sew his pussy shut.
Right, of course.
Yeah. But when you sew your pussy shut, like you get horny still, so you still want something inside of there. So he went for it and they had a kid.
You're saying that he gave birth.
We got fact checkers on the Discord right now, dude. So if you guys want the real facts, go over there.
Where this issue has been on the ballot in red and blue states both. The people of America have voted for freedom.
Vice President Harris,
Excuse me, I
thank
have
you.
to respond. Another lie. It's another lie. I have been a leader on IVF, which is fertilization. The IVF,
I've fertilized quite a few women. Ever heard of it?
I'm going to kill myself if Trump just says what I said right now.
Oh, he's like, her vice president sewed his pussy shut. We all know this. You know it. I know it. Gerardo knows it.
I saw a picture on Reddit. It's disgusting.
I saw Gerardo talking about it on Raccoon Tweeties. I mean, even he knows it. So it's really, I think one thing I was with Kamala, I agree with her that getting an abortion shouldn't be as hard as having to like drive across country to get your truck modded.
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't be expecting women to have to do that.
Yeah.
Just to get rid of
I shouldn't have to go to King Shocks in Sacramento if I want to get my truck Kibotex, dude.
Yeah. Abortion should be as easy as Jim Breuer's, like the way Jim Breuer makes people talk.
Yeah.
Whenever you want.
That's all I've heard this whole fucking debate, dude. Just two
In fact,
Cockatoo.
when they got a very negative decision on IVF from the Alabama courts, I saw the people of Alabama and the legislature 2 days later voted it in. I've been a leader on it. They know that, and everybody else knows it. I have been a leader on fertilization, IVF. And the other thing, you should ask, will she allow abortion in the 8th month, 9th month, 7th month?
Come on.
Okay, would you do that? Why don't you ask her
Why-
that question?
why don't you answer
That's
the
problem.
question? Would you
because
veto?
under Roe v. Wade,
They both won't answer.
They won't answer. I'd be like, I'll be honest. I'd be like, I don't really know what that means. What is that? Can someone smart explain? Is that too far in? That's why you don't want me as president.
Yeah, you're running for president and still getting advice.
Dude, I'm running for no. Of course, I would still be getting advice, but I'd also be like still doing a podcast and also have a fucking other job. I'd have like 5 jobs. I'd be so tired. They'd be like, Cooney's asleep on this. Oh my God, Cooney fell asleep during the debate.
Just drunk for your fireside chats.
Well, if that's fireside chats when you win. I don't think I would win. I'd be too tired.
Oh, dude, you'd win, dude.
Right, you think so?
If I was producing your candidacy, dude, you'd win, dude.
Okay, that's the secret sauce.
10 minutes of campaigns.
I really be like, can you explain though, seriously? Like 7 months, what does that mean? So that means there's 2 months left? Because it's 9, right? It's 9. I knew that.
Read that Radthad comment, dude.
Cooney as president is literally just Biden. I'm like, I don't get enough sleep, so I'm like at that stage of an old man. I will definitely, I'll be at the beach.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm gonna zoom in for the State of the Union.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? It's great to be here. Great guy, I never met him. Anyways, a lot of ladies in the crowd tonight. Just kidding. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm president now. We got to talk about important stuff. Can someone tell me how long you should wait for an abortion?
It depends. Are you 8 inches?
I don't know. I feel like get an abortion whenever. As long as it's not weird. If it's weird, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Right? If the baby's like, wah, wah, don't do it then.
If the baby's like, I made mess in kitchen, that's not a reason.
No, that's way too far. I'm just saying, like, like right before it comes out seems like a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't know when that is.
9 months, probably. Usually
9 months is when it comes out, though.
That's what I'm saying.
You go and have the baby, and you're like, you go in the doctor, you're like, actually, I made a different decision. I want an abortion. They're like, this is when you're pregnant, though. Or this is when it's
but
coming
when
out.
I ask the baby to kick, he doesn't kick. I want him dead, dude.
Yeah, I don't really want to be a mom anymore. Kamala said it's okay. They're like, that is not what she said.
Answer the question with your veto.
You could do abortions in the 7th month, the 8th month, the 9th
That's
month,
not true.
and probably after birth. Just look
And
at the
probably after birth. Trump is Baja mode right now, dude.
Yeah, I don't. That's just another thing that's like they're kind of lying about it a little
Yeah.
bit. You know, like there's a few things going on in the campaign that I'm sure the Democrats have something similar, but they're just kind of making stuff up with that one.
Call me immoral. Say I have no moral compass. Right? But in my opinion, it's like I'm not in defeat, dude. Right? I hope you're not in defeat because that's fucking weird. Right?
No, I'm not in defeat.
I don't understand people's fascination with like caring about abortion. You know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't either. I don't know why you. Well, I don't understand from the section of like, why do you care if someone has it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Either way, I like people like fuck. I mean, you know, mostly I don't understand the Republican way of like not wanting abortions at all.
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
No, I don't understand.
And people being like, "You're killing babies," you know, like
Yeah. No, I don't think it's killing babies.
I'm a feet guy. James Stack, he's
yeah.
a feet guy, dude.
It would be pretty important to me if I were a younger guy and I got someone pregnant. I'd be like, "Can we do the abortion thing?"
See, that's the difference. I would never do it. Like I would, you know, as far as I know, I can't have babies.
Why do you say that?
You know, I don't have a pussy, and it's so the pussy I
see,
do
you
have
can't get pregnant.
is sewn shut.
I thought you were about to get real serious. You're like, I actually have a condition.
Yeah.
I sewed my pussy shut.
I'm a Democrat, and I love Tim Walz, so I sewed my pussy shut. I saw his doctor, dude.
Right, same guy.
It was free. He does it for the love of the game, pro bono, dude.
Right.
What was I saying?
I was like, what's a Sharpie doing in here?
What's a Sharpie doing? Gerardo, I'll sew your pussy shut, but can I get the Sharpie out of here, please? Sew it shut. I want the Sharpie in there.
former governor of Virginia. The governor of
This
Virginia
Timo's is
said we
getting too
put the
political
baby
for me.
aside and then we determine what we want to do with the baby.
President Trump.
We're
thank
watching
you.
the
We're going
debate.
to turn now.
Yeah, dude.
It was too political when we turned it on. We're literally watching a presidential debate.
Yeah.
But
this
Mr.
is-
O's a great guy.
This is very entertaining, though, I will say.
Yeah, I mean, I was expecting a little more from it, but I mean, the debate. This is what I've said about Trump. It's very entertaining. I'm sure there's like people that are like, it's not entertaining, it's terrifying for me, and I understand that too. But for me, it's entertaining.
Yeah.
I can't lie to you. I don't want him to be president, but this is very fun. Watching him debate people.
I mean, Kamala's fucking VP sewed his pussy shut, dude. You don't think this is entertaining?
The funny, like what I love about Trump is like I tried to turn this into a bit a while ago about how like he keeps going on these CNN things and making them look horrible. It's almost like CNN has some sort of humiliation fetish, you know? He's like, they're fucking stupid. Look at her, she's an idiot. They're liars, they're dumb, and he like looks funny and it's hilarious. Like CNN, they don't have enough money to even do this. I'm the only reason they're still here is because of Trump. Trump is only CNN thanks me. They think your president thanked me backstage. He's like saying that to the woman, and they come out looking so bad. And I don't have anything against CNN, but they're a big corporation, so it's kind of funny to see them get fucked over.
Yeah.
Like they're idiots.
Mm-hmm. It's like, we can never have Trump on again, but I'll never get hard again, dude.
They're gonna have him on again, like as soon as they can.
Yeah.
Because he's gold for ratings.
Mm-hmm.
Now to immigration and border security. We know it's an issue that's important to Republicans, Democrats, voters across the board in this country. Vice President Harris, you were tasked by President Biden with getting to the root causes of migration from Central America. We know that illegal border crossings reached a record high in the Biden administration. This past June, President Biden imposed tough new asylum restrictions. We know the numbers since then have dropped.
Dude, I would vote for her if she was just like, I've never been to Europe. So at the end of the question.
She tries to be like relatable. She's all like, I've never even gone out of the country, right? Like I'm a hardworking vice president. We don't really get a lot of time to do stuff, you know. Like I've never been to Europe, like London. It's like that'd be so weird that vice president hasn't left the country.
Yeah.
Significantly. But my question to you tonight is, why did the administration wait until 6 months before the election to act? And would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations.
Do you believe like the Kamala's drunk rumors, where she's always drunk?
I heard that she's like pilled.
Oh,
I didn't know it was drinking.
Oh, I only heard that she was drunk. I didn't hear anything about. But she does look zanied out right now, dude. Look at her. Look at that.
They say the same thing about Trump though, pill wise, right?
Trump is probably on an amphetamine. Yes.
Yeah.
whenever I took amphetamines, that's how I talked.
You got to assume that all these people, he's probably pilled out too.
Yeah.
You know, all these people that got to be up all the time and have the mortician makeup on and talk in the public, they need some. They're like, well, how do I like get? Should I take beta blockers? Should I take Xans?
Yeah.
They're like rappers.
Yeah.
half a Xan, something till I land. I don't know.
But I mean, she kind of slurred right here.
Months before the election to act. And would you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who
Yeah, she does kind of do that. Yeah.
Right.
I like how they have these planned things like they're. What about when they ask you about the border? You were put in charge and the border's all fucked up. Well, but you prosecuted like a transnational whatever once, right? Say that. People will love to hear about how you were the only person that knows how to prosecute people in a different country.
She's like, say less. I'm the only person that understands that fucking Sharpies in my butt.
I'd be like, if they're worried about the border or whatever, I'd be like, listen, we fucked up. Look, you know whose problem was? The team. Okay? And listen.
That's on me.
That is on me. Okay? I should have known that we should have closed the borders. But our team, they were like, it's fine, you know, we're good and all that. And I just trusted them, and it's a lesson I learned, and I won't make the same mistake twice. Thank you.
And then Smoke 7. Do you have a gun? Say
Oh,
less.
me? Oh, yeah, me. Of course I do.
No, like Shabism.
Oh, yeah.
He goes up to the window. Do you have a gun?
That's what he does to fucking, if Trump gets in her face, she's like, do you have a gun? Was your dad Henry Ford?
Eduardo, are you fucking your sofa right now? I know he's a red pillar. Fucking that
Would
sofa.
you have done anything differently from President Biden on this?
So I'm the only person on this stage who has prosecuted transnational criminal organizations for the trafficking of guns, drugs, and human beings. And let me say that the United States Congress, including some of the most conservative members of the United States Senate, came up with a border security bill which I supported. And that bill would have put 1,500 more border agents on the border to help those folks who are working there right now overtime trying to do their job. It would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States.
You know what would have been
I know
cool?
there's some.
If the moderator was cowbell. Cowbell. I wish I had my cowbell with me.
I know.
How many bitches do you fuck? Because when I be fucking bitches, I be fucking like, or like, do you fuck bitches like ding or cowbell?
Why did they wait to act on the border issue? What? How much of this do you believe? Let me tell you first that I probably believe that it did happen.
What happened?
That they signed legislation to put more border patrol at the border, but then Trump used his cronies to veto the.
Oh, that absolutely happened.
Okay.
Yeah, that's undebatable. But I mean,
but Trump's involvement in it isn't really like definite, right?
I'm pretty sure he say it out loud. He's like, it's a shitty bill. Don't vote for it. He told them not to vote for it.
Yeah.
Maybe they want more crackdown than it was, but originally they agreed to it.
Hamburger, over to you.
I mean, if I were him, I'd probably do something similar to that, right? It's like he wants to win, he wants to be president. They sign a border bill, then it doesn't help him become president.
Yeah.
It hurts his chances. So if overall you think to yourself, I got to kill this bill or else I help Kamala Harris, so I don't want them to be president, it kind of makes sense to do that.
Okay. Still voting for Kanye.
How many families watching tonight who have been personally affected by the surge of fentanyl in our country? That bill would have put more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress, and said, kill the bill. And you know why?
Who is Bill?
Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And understand.
Okay, I believe it now, dude. Because everyone's saying that he did kill the bill. I just never looked into it. I just heard this and I'm like, it kind of sounds weird to just put that out there.
I mean, it's not, if you want border security or whatever, it's not helping that necessarily, but you're part of his greater goal or whatever.
Yeah.
So I understand why he would do it. Sometimes you got to go Baja mode.
Yeah.
Instead of traction control. Or you have to make the decision. It's not always an easy decision whether to be a hawk or a duck.
Mm-hmm.
You have to weigh all the options.
Or
You
just-
caca or quack quack.
Yeah.
You know, or sometimes you got to be a duck to be a hawk.
And sometimes you got to sew that pussy shut.
And this
Jelly
comes
roll.
at a time.
Wait, why? That's, I mean, of course.
I like
yes.
the comma placed in between jelly. Roll.
Time where the people of our country actually need a leader.
We go Baja mode not because it is easy, but because it is hard.
Who engages in solutions, who actually addresses the problems at hand. But what we have in the former president is someone who would prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem. And I'll tell you something, he's going to talk about immigration a lot tonight, even when it's not the subject that is being raised. And I'm going to actually do something really unusual, and I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. You will see during the course of his rallies, he talks about fictional characters like Hannibal Lecter. He will talk about windmills cause cancer. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom. And I will tell you, the one thing you will not hear him talk about is you. You will not hear him talk about your needs, your dreams, and your desires. And I'll tell you,
he's doing a speech. So, Gerardo Alarcon, ever heard of him? Okay, great guy, great producer. He's literally talking about us. Mr. O, on the chat often. Okay, doesn't like politics. Good guy.
Always says fuck Miguel.
Okay, all right. We got I smoke 24/7. Scientology question mark? I don't know. Maybe we all should be Scientologists. Can I get some fuck Miguels in the chat? No, but he maybe doesn't talk about it. But I mean, let me fucking
Go for it.
respond to what she said.
8
okay,
inches.
right. I mean, how many chicks does she fuck?
You're right.
Talking about Hannibal Lecter is actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
And when Trump talks about like the boats, the thing when he went on the riff about the boats, that's funny. Or when he talks about like, I had the best fighter jets that came in, they were like, we're gonna bomb them. I was like, whoa, can we get a smaller bomb? Can we, or whatever? That's all very entertaining stuff.
Yeah.
So I disagree with her there. Whether this stuff is accurate or makes any sense, I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I understand what she's trying to say, I guess.
I know we're probably like halfway through this. Do you want to get the opinion of a third party fictional character that I know?
Yeah.
Let's see if she answers right now, dude. Let's see. Ready?
Hello.
Hey, Mom, you're on live right now.
Hey, Rosa.
Oh boy.
We're halfway through the debate right now. We're
What
still
an intro.
watching.
Oh.
What did
Very
you
funny.
think? What did you think of it? Did you watch?
Yes, I did. I think Pamela got a lot of rehearsal in. But she doesn't answer the questions. Pamela, whatever.
Oh my God.
What else?
And I think Trump was pissed.
I was telling Cooney, Trump came in there like Clint Eastwood.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, his face was always like,
Yeah, he just needed to get his guns out.
Did you have a favorite part of the debate?
You guys haven't watched the whole thing, right?
No, we're only halfway through. That might have been a bad question, actually.
yeah, we're at the immigration part right now.
Yeah.
So did you already see the part where Trump said, I was going to send her a MAGA hat?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, that was pretty good.
That was good. And then later when he says, I don't know if you guys already saw that, but I took a bullet for democracy.
Oh,
no, we haven't gotten to that. Let me,
Okay.
Rosa, let me treat you like a candidate. Can you say one nice thing about Trump and one nice thing about Kamala?
One nice thing about Kamala is nothing.
No, you're supposed to say one thing.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
She looks good.
She looks
for her
good.
age.
Okay,
Okay.
that's nice.
How old is she? Like,
She's
don't know.
60, I think.
oh my
She's my
God.
age.
Jesus Christ. And then what about one good thing about Trump?
One good thing about Trump,
So fast.
he demands respect around the world, and he puts America first.
Okay.
That's all.
Have you heard about Kamala Harris's VP?
Yeah, the tampon guy.
See, I told you he
What
sewed
is
his
it?
pussy shut.
What is the tampon thing? What is that? Explain that to me.
He, in his state, he passed a law where they have to put tampon machines in the boys' bathrooms.
Yes,
Oh
right.
my
I did hear
God,
about that.
Jesus
I heard
Christ.
about that. He put.
Yes.
I think he put tampons in the boys' bathroom. What do you think about that?
Why do boys need tampons? Unless they're going to war and they're going to put it wherever they get shot.
Well, there's this one guy in our chat, Mr. O. I mean, he's been dying for tampons in his restroom.
Oh my God.
And Miguel, you know Miguel, he needs a tampon every 5 minutes.
Oh my God. I don't know what he's doing.
Can you say fuck Miguel for us?
No.
Oh, come on.
She's like, be
Fuck
cool,
Miguel.
Gerardo.
There we go, dude. But
Anyway.
but yeah, we're about halfway through this. We're gonna be. Everyone's laughing because you said fuck Miguel. You're on our side, Mom. I know you're probably voting for Trump, but you're
I have
voting
no
for
idea
Tweeties.
what Miguel is doing, but he doesn't need tampons, tell him.
How about this? What if it was Kamala Harris versus Brendan Cooney? Who would you vote for?
Brendan Cooney.
Oh, thank you. Wow, that's great.
It feels personal now. I feel like you knew Kamala back in high school and you hate her.
No. She's an idiot. She just knows. I think she was going to be an actor at one point
Right?
because she can fucking say the lines she rehearsed.
She was dating Montel. What was it?
Yeah, Montel Williams.
Montel
Oh, yeah.
Williams.
She dated a few people, okay?
Yeah, let's be honest.
She a hoe.
My mom texted me earlier. Who that hoochie mama? I was like, what? She goes, Kamala Harris.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
No, but I said that because I sent you the one where they're in a debate and they asked the question between Trump and Kamala we asked the candidates to give us the song that best describes their opponent.
Oh.
And then Mr. Trump picked this one. Who that, hoochie mama?
Did he really do that?
I think it was a
Probably a meme.
TikTok or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Mom. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow then. I'll call you during the
All
day.
right.
All right. Thank you,
Okay,
Rosa.
Thank you, Mom.
Enjoy your debate.
All right. I love you.
Okay. Love you, bye.
That was fun. She said Pamela.
That was so funny. I've not heard that one. That was good. She's an inventor.
Let's see here.
I believe you deserve a president
Fox
who
News mom.
actually puts you first, and I pledge to you that I will.
I have a Fox
Vice
News
President
mom.
Harris,
Yeah, but also
thank you.
Fox News
President Trump-
dad.
Yeah. Oh, dude. And my dad's transition into Fox News dad went really fast.
Yeah.
Like he was never into politics, and then out of nowhere, it just happened.
Oh, I've seen the group chats.
Oh yeah, dude.
You can't even get new shoes.
Yeah.
You can't even cook spaghetti.
You know? Can you guess what event made it happen? I don't know if you remember this early group chat, the first group chat interaction that happened.
No, I don't know.
George Floyd, dude.
Oh, really?
One of my cousins went to a protest and said "fuck the police." Like had a picture of graffiti that said "fuck the police."
Yeah.
And it was in the heat of it all. She's put it into the big group chat, like the huge family
okay.
group chat.
Damn.
And my dad was drunk in a spa, which is bad news, dude. And he just responded the craziest shit, like cussing. It's really hard to type out cuss words unless you're really fucking pissed.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
And it was just like, why the fuck would you put this fucking bullshit, fucking this fucking shit? You're just like fucks that don't belong in places.
Yeah.
And he was so mad. Nobody responded afterwards. That's how
Damn.
powerful that message was.
Okay.
And that group chat, let's just say, has been dead.
I could see your dad. He does all that. Like he's just in the spa and he's just like, he stops like the chat. And he puts his phone down. He hits a play button for fucking Lemon Party, and he's going. He goes right back to listen to Devin rant.
Yeah.
On that point, I want to get your response.
Well, I would like to respond.
Let me just ask, though, why did you try to kill that bill, and successfully so? That would have put thousands of additional agents and officers on the border.
First, let me respond as to the
Please.
rallies. She said people start leaving. People don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go. And the people that do go, she's bussing them in and paying them to be there, and then showing them in a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. We have the biggest rallies, the most incredible rallies in the history of politics. That's because people want to take their country back. Our country is being lost. We're a failing nation. And it happened 3.5 years ago. And what's going on here, you're going to end up in World War III, just to go into another subject. What they have done
Answer
to
the
our
question,
country by
dude.
allowing these millions and millions of people to come into our country, and look at what's happening to the towns all over the United States. And a lot of towns don't want to talk. It's not going to be Aurora or Springfield. A lot of towns don't want to talk about it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in.
I don't know, dude.
I didn't know about that.
I'm not sure. We need to fact check that.
Dude, they're eating the dogs. Wolfcat with a gun, our fact checker. We need you to fact check whether or not they're eating dogs. Meanwhile, she's got that face like, I had a little bit of that dog. You know what I'm saying, dude? She's looking over here like, yeah, them dogs was delicious, that it.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening.
That would have been hilarious if down here on that little ticker it
Yeah.
said they're eating the dogs.
Or the ticker, yeah, or like the ticker shows how many dogs have been eaten, like 6, and it goes up to 8.
Yeah.
Do you think? I wonder. So this line, they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. I've heard this on Twitter, and then there's like one article that was like from a pretty lefty news source that like it's like there's nothing true about it at all, not true or whatever. They were saying that they're blaming on Haitians doing it.
Barbecue.
But then there was a person in Ohio that like ate someone's dog or something like that. But the news article said it's not clear that they're of Haitian descent. I was wondering, it's so funny to me, like, the news person had to like find out whether they were, and like, how do you not know if they are or not? Yeah. If you like, has our standard of journalism gone down so bad that you can't even find out what race someone is or ethnicity is? I mean, we have no idea what they are. They're white, and they're like, they might be Asian, they might not be.
Is the dog eating an isolated incident, or is it an epidemic happening in Springfield, Ohio, dude?
And I have no idea. Like, obviously, there are some countries where they eat dogs and cats. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know if Venezuela's one of them. I'm not gonna fucking comment on that because it sounds like it could be a dangerous road to go down. Just saying that other countries eat dogs and cats.
You
But
could tell
he just did it.
he's mid dog right there. He's like, dog.
Malaria is like Venezuela's flag over and over again. So I apologize to you, sir, man.
Let's see.
About it because they're so embarrassed by it. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. As far as rallies are concerned, as far as the reason they go is they like what I say. They want to bring our country back. They want to make America great again. It's a very simple phrase, make America great again. She's destroying this country, and if she becomes president, this country doesn't have a chance of...
Do you think there's one American out there that was like, immigrants are eating dogs? And that's completely changed his decided to vote?
Probably.
Really?
Honestly, I think there are probably at least a few. There's enough on the internet. It shows that people are pretty pissed off and weirded out by that.
Yeah.
This idea that people are coming here and wait, I'm going to eat my dog? Like, there are some people that are probably going to buy right in that. What I want to know, though.
Oh, dude. Oh, my dog? Big boys out there.
His eating dogs thing, is that a planned thing? Like, where they're like, they have lines where they're like, you drop this one when you feel like it.
Yeah.
It'll get some traction. Or is he just going off the Baja mode?
So you think he's salt baying some of his political points, just like, by the way, they're eating dogs.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's probably a strategy to some extent.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me if it was a planned thing, because the guys that he has, or the people he has writing, they're willing to do crazy shit. And also J.D. Vance, I think, has already basically said this, that they're like eating dogs and cats.
Wow. Oh, dude, I was totally going to vote for Kamala Harris, but I did not know how bad it is in Springfield, Ohio, that they're eating dogs.
Right.
Somebody in Springfield is watching this, and he's like, they're eating dogs. And then he hears his dog in the back yelping. He's like, what the fuck? Goes to check the dog.
There's a guy with like this dog in his mouth.
Pro bono eating the dog, not even cooking it.
Yeah. I mean, you never know. Luckily, we don't have dogs or cats with nothing to eat here.
That's what happened to Tank. Oh, be cool, Ryan Landis.
Gato asada. That's what happens. You run out of chilian, you run out of pico de gallo, you start looking at the cat.
Yeah.
You're like,
I mean, Coyotes have been doing that to us for years. We haven't done anything about it, B.
dip my cat in my nacho cheese.
Of success, not only success, will end up being Venezuela on steroids.
I just want to clarify here. You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there had been no
Pico de gato.
Oh, you reached out to the city manager? Well, he's already eating it. He had to put down the cat to answer the phone. The city manager had a cat in his mouth. Yeah. Then he put it out. Hello? Yeah. No, there's no cat eating. He's laughing.
Furball.
No cat eating here. He's like that Leonardo DiCaprio meme from the fucking Django.
no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
Well, I've seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is the
people on television say my dog was taken and used for food. So maybe he said that, and maybe that's a good thing to say for a city manager.
I'm not taking this from
but
television.
The people
I'm
on
taking it from
television
the city
saying
manager.
their dog was eaten by the people that went there.
Again, the Springfield city manager says there's no evidence.
I do
of
think
that.
we need to
President
find out who, if we don't already know who ate this woman's dog, that's a big deal to me. And the city manager, like, you know, or the police or whatever, whoever job it is to find out who ate this woman's dog, I think we need to arrest that person.
Yeah. Shout out to KM. My teeth got kicked in last weekend at Flappers by Gerardo and his goons. Square up fairly next time, bro. Did you see David Lucas on Alex Stein last week? 3330. He gets asked about Bappa and have career advice. Cooney ate my pet.
And I do it again.
Thank you, KM. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
I don't know. This is crazy. I didn't think it was going to go here. I didn't know it. I haven't been online though. Like, you know, I woke up at 6:30 p.m. yesterday. I haven't been online, so I haven't been seeing any of this shit.
I mean, my Twitter and the follow you thing is like constant crazy shit from politics.
Yeah.
All this nuts thing. I really got to start muting some of it because some of it's like crazy.
I started muting a lot of it, dude, and it's all Trump stuff. It's all just red fucking pilled shit on my Twitter feed.
I wish it was just that. It's much worse than that
Really?
for me. Yeah. There'd be like some picture of like Goebbels and be like, this guy's great, huh? And I'm like, what is this? Whose content is this?
This is crazy.
Whatever.
Twitter has gone crazy downhill, like really fast.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still the best in my opinion. It's just a lot of stuff where it's like, do we need that?
But we're not focusing on flappers.
There's not enough flappers.
Not enough flappers content on Twitter right now.
Not enough. I haven't been tweeting a lot about flappers, and that's my apology.
I'm not blaming anyone but you right now. Got him.
It's like I thought someone would pick up my slack, but
Yeah.
you know, just out there a bunch of people on my team not doing shit.
You're voluntarily celibate from posting about flappers right now, dude.
I'm an insult. I got to tweet about it right now, dude. I'd be posting, but I'm like here doing streaming. The streaming is cutting into my flappers time.
And I need to go to Palm Springs next weekend. Let's see.
I'll let you respond to the rest of what you've heard.
You talk about extreme. You know, this is, I think, one of the reasons why.
Cackling Kamala.
She's a Marxist, and Marxists are always known for having great sense of humor. They're always laughing. They're always smiling.
I mean, I wish I could laugh about these dogs being eaten, but I have too much of a heart.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know where the dogs are. Kamal, have you seen your dog lately? You wouldn't be laughing if a Haitian ate your dog. If Wyclef Jean was walking around with your cat in his mouth, you wouldn't be happy about it, would you?
That's that face like, I got her to cackle. I got her to do it.
Praz from the Fugees, where is he right now? Nobody knows. He's probably at an animal shelter. Because he's eating the dogs.
Wale, I saw him snacking on a fucking dog bone.
It's Wale.
I don't know.
Dude, you're going too far.
Wale sounds like
Control
a
yourself, dude. You don't even know the nationality.
I saw
Or the
barbecue.
ethnicity. All right, I'm not going to try that anymore.
Let's see.
You know, this is, I think, one of the reasons why in this election I actually have the endorsement of 200 Republicans who have formerly worked with President Bush, Mitt Romney, and John McCain including the endorsement of former Vice President Dick Cheney and Congress member Liz Cheney. And if you want to really know the inside track on who the
He's happy
former
about
president
that.
is, if he didn't make it clear already, just ask people who have worked with him. His former chief of staff, a 4-star general,
Oh, shit.
has said he has contempt.
Oh, KM, you're lying, dude. First time listener, I love T-Fat-K. I was physically and emotionally drained from the cancellation. Fuck, Mary killed Trump, Kamala, Lizzo, Cooney, bullied me in high school.
Okay. All right.
I mean, I would kill Trump, allegedly, fuck Lizzo, and marry Kamala. Because I'm horny.
So you're gonna marry Kamala, you're saying?
Yeah,
I'm definitely killing Trump. Sorry for
allegedly.
allegedly, and I don't mean, and not in any real sense of the word.
Yeah.
A non-violent podcast. But
You put it the worst way possible. You said, I'm definitely.
yeah, the stream's toast. We're done. I just said something that it's over. I shouldn't have said that.
No, it's fine. It's funny. It's very funny.
No, yeah, but I'm struggling with the. I mean, I guess I don't really want to be married to Lizzo.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
That's why I'm marrying Kamala.
Okay, so I'm gonna copy.
Imagine Lizzo. Did you buy the Oreos and mustard? I'm like, fuck.
It would be weird to be married to Lizzo.
Yeah.
Because she already went with Mike Wright,
Yeah.
and it's like, it's like, hey, I'm married to the girl that you were with. That'd be weird.
And you probably are wondering, like, Gerardo, how are you gonna fuck Lizzo? I mean, like, I'm a relapse first, and then fuck Lizzo, dude. I'm gonna regret it. Full stop. Like,
How am I gonna fuck Lizzo? All I need is this. You're holding up a Sharpie, and that can make anything.
I thought you were gonna put Tiger Thick right there.
Oh, Tiger Thick. Yeah, all I need is Tiger Thick. 3 C's.
His former chief of staff, a 4-star general, has said he has contempt for the Constitution of the United States. His former national security advisor has said he is dangerous and unfit. His former Secretary of Defense has said the nation, the Republic, would never survive another Trump term. And when we listen to this kind of rhetoric, when the issues that affect the American people are not being addressed, I think the choice is clear in this election.
President Trump, I'll give you a quick minute to respond
Yeah.
here.
Thank you, because when I hear that, see, I'm a different kind of a person. I fired most of those people. Not so graciously. They did bad things or a bad job. I fired them. They never fired one person. They didn't fire anybody having to do with Afghanistan and the Taliban and the 13 people who's were just killed, viciously and violently killed. And I got to know the parents and the family. They didn't fire. They should have fired all those generals, all those top people, because that was one of the most incompetently handled situations anybody has ever seen. So when somebody does a bad job, I fire him. And you take a guy like Esper. He was no good. I fired him. So he writes a book. Another one writes a book. Because
Oh, Sal Alfaro. Hey, Daddy, it's 12 in Kentucky. Just came by to say 8 inches. These guys is both blockbuster.
What's up, Sal? Thank you. Good to see you.
Did you have any thoughts about that, dude?
I mean, I think the end of it was the funniest part, right? He's like, I fired him, he wrote a book, and then
Yeah.
another one wrote a book.
Yeah.
There's all these people writing entire books. Can you imagine you fire people and you're so bad, like they hate you so much they write a book about it? That's not a good feeling. I know that's a normal thing in politics.
Yeah.
Presidents, like people write books like, here's how it really was.
Yeah.
Because they want the money or whatever. But like the sheer amount of people writing books about Trump is a lot.
We recorded a podcast with Miguel at my old apartment. It went terribly. We fired him. He wrote a book about us.
I want to have someone on our staff just so when they leave, they write a book where we both about us where we both look really bad. Like the truth comes out. They're like, I fucking
My name's Bert, and I was at every single recording of Timo's.
Gerardo has a temper, and it's a chapter about that, and then it's like another chapter about how I just don't pay attention, I don't listen, and I'm like, they come in and they're like, this is happening in my life. I'm like, cool story, bro. Can we do the show now?
Yeah.
I go, good.
I got to go to Martha's Vineyard in
Yeah.
about 2 hours. Can we do the show real quick, please?
Yeah, I'm constantly on vacation, and they're telling me some horrible thing about their life, and he's like, and I was trying to be serious, and he just said good, like the joke with Jocko Willink, but it's like, I really wanted, he's my boss, and I wanted like to take time off, and he just kept saying good, and then he was like, you're going Baja mode, and I was like, can we be serious right now?
You're going bomb.
It's like, no, I can't be serious.
Malario, good. RFK Jr. hunting for bears and squids.
A lot of weird stories about that guy.
Yeah. Especially after he endorsed Trump, it just like ramped up.
Well, the bear thing and the whale thing were before, I think. But yes.
Oh, they were like right before.
I think they were, because he only did the endorsement like a week ago, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that, or 2 weeks. Who
Brendan
knows?
Babb, shout out to you in the chat. Already watched the debates, but rewatching to see what the Hawks think, Daddy. Sorry,
I think when the news gets like one story on something, they look for every other thing about it.
Yeah.
So like they got that one story about either the bear or whatever, and they're like, wait a minute, is there other weird animal shit that we can fucking find with this guy? Because if you look into my story, if you look into my history, you'll find I've been eating dogs and cats and fucking dolphins, fucking like a dolphin.
I fucked 3 dolphins.
I fuck people. I fuck them back.
My what is it called? I got dolphins on speed dial.
Yeah.
Just in case I need a fuck.
I cut a bear's head off. I put it in my Toyota.
Mm-hmm. I protect a bear's head.
Because with me, they can write books. With nobody else can they? But they have done such a poor job, and they never fire anybody. Look at the economy. Look at the inflation. They didn't fire any of their economists. They have the same people. That's a good way not to have books written about you. But just to finish, I got more votes than any Republican in history by far. In fact, I got more votes than any president.
It does feel like he's squandering. Or like, I don't know if that's the right word, but he's just
floundering.
He's floundering.
Yeah.
Flailing. What else can we say?
Right.
It's just he doesn't look as confident as he usually does.
It's a little bit ranty, like he's doing basically what he does at the rallies, but this is against someone else. He can't just rant.
Yeah.
But he's still doing it.
This is like a bomb. Like out of all Trump debates, I feel like he's bombing the worst here.
Maybe, and he's not doing as good. Like in this line of that he's gone right now, right? He's like, I got the most votes ever. It's like you lost though.
Yeah, and that's not. We're talking about something completely different.
Yeah, and this is the last election against another guy.
I will say though, I fully respect him firing people when they don't do a good job. I'll tell you that right now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of liberals, as you know, I don't have to tell you, they sew their pussy shut. They give fucking jobs to lizards, and then they never fire these lizards when they don't clean up their skins shedding on the White House carpet. You know what I mean?
Right.
That you can't be doing that, Daddy. Sew that pussy shut. Go to your rooms. Make policy happen. And let's get some more Venezuelans eating dogs out there, dude.
Brought to you by Happy Hippocrates.
Brought to you by Traction Control.
And sitting president in history by far.
Let me continue on immigration. It was what you wanted to talk about earlier, so let's get back to your deportation proposal that the vice president has reacted to as well. President Trump,
That's such a funny way to. Let's get back to your deportation proposal. Like,
call this the largest domestic deportation operation in the history of our country. You say you would use the National Guard. You say if things get out of control, you'd have no problem using the U.S.
With local
military.
police, yes.
You also said you would use local police. How would you deport 11 million undocumented immigrants? I know you believe that number is much higher. Take us through this. What does this look like? Will authorities be going door to door in this country?
Yeah, it is much higher because of them. They allowed criminals, many millions of criminals. They allowed terrorists. They allowed common street criminals. They allowed people to come in, drug dealers, to come into our country. And they're now in the United States and told by their countries like Venezuela, don't ever come back or we're going to kill you. Do you know that crime in Venezuela and crime in countries all over the world is way down? You know why? Because they've taken their criminals off the street and they've given them to her to put into our country. And
I want to see Brendan Schaub's birth certificate. I believe he's Mexican. He pronounces the food perfectly. Pico de gallo.
if he had any interest in getting our vote, he would be saying things like this.
That's what I'm saying. He's very passionate. Maybe it's coming out right now. You know what I mean?
This will be one of the greatest mistakes in history for them to allow, and I think they probably did it because they think they're going to get votes, but it's not worth it because they're destroying the fabric of our country by what they've done. There's never been anything done like this at all. They've destroyed the fabric of our country.
And I'm not talking about Guadalajara Mexicans. I'm talking about Taco Bell Mexicans crossing the borders. There's Taco Bell Venezuelans, Taco Bell Haitians. We don't want them. They're eating our dogs.
Yeah, you thought Guadalajara Mexican was bad. You haven't heard about these Haitian Mexicans. Okay, they're eating our dogs. The nation doesn't have any more dogs. Where's Tank? Where's Tank? Skits and bits.
Trucks, cars, kids.
What's a Mexican? Basically, a Haitian with salsa on it.
Millions of people let in, and all over the world, crime is down all over the world except here. Crime here is up and through the roof. Despite their fraudulent statements that they made, crime in this country is through the roof. And we have a new form of crime. It's called migrant crime, and it's happening at levels that nobody thought possible.
President Trump, as you know, the FBI says overall violent crime is actually coming down in this country. But Vice
Excuse me,
President
the
Harris,
FBI they were defrauding statements. They didn't include the worst cities. They didn't include the cities with the worst crime. It was a fraud, just like their number of 818,000 jobs that they said they created turned out to be a fraud.
President Trump, thank you. I'll let you respond, Vice President Harris.
Well, I think this is so rich coming from someone who has been prosecuted for national security crimes, economic crimes, election interference, has been found liable for sexual assault, and his next big court appearance is in November at his own criminal sentencing. And let's be clear where each person stands on the issue of what is important about respect for...
Look at Christian Bonilla's comment. Read it.
We're gonna deport Geraldo's mom, even though she likes me. She likes me. That's pretty good.
The rule of law and respect for law enforcement. The former vice president called for defunding federal law enforcement, 45,000 agents. Get this,
So, like,
on the day.
the stuff that she's doing, again, it's like, it's going to gloss over people. Like, what she should be doing, if she wants to draw a comparison between what Trump was like saying, oh, they made up all these numbers, they're bullshit, I'm not a numbers guy, all that stuff. She should be like, remember when you were like exaggerating how much your fucking square foot was in your real estate stuff? Remember when you were making up numbers or whatever, and now you're talking about the FBI? Because that stuff, like, he obviously did, right?
Right.
He's
But
like, oh, look, I'm a businessman.
they also were trying to minimize how much his property's worth.
Right. He was defrauding whatever.
Everyone's lying.
And but then, you know what his comeback would be? He'd be like, everybody does it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just a smart businessman.
Yeah.
Because probably everybody does do it, right? Like the very rich, they probably do the same shit that Trump did, making up how big stuff is, and so they can get a tax break or whatever. I don't understand that because look at us. Look at where we are.
Yeah, dude.
These are not two guys that understand owning property and
No.
valuation and
I
whatnot.
got a fucking apartment manager that hates cowbell. I don't even know who cowbell is. I got to tell him every time. I don't know who you're talking about. Cowbells.
You have a literal pinata in your apartment that's on your couch. We don't know about anything about that shit.
I got this goddamn guy telling me I hear a cowbell from your apartment, and I'm like, my apartment? I don't even know what that means. So everyone lies.
Yeah, yeah. But also, the everybody's doing it excuse is pretty blockbuster.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, yeah, I'm defrauding the government. So all the other evil rich people are also doing that.
Yeah.
And it's not really a great excuse for doing the wrong thing. Two wrongs do not make a right.
No. I will say though, this last year is shit, that's pretty tight. Shout out to you, Jose Patito.
Oh, nice.
What the hell? Did you see this?
No.
Look at he welded that.
Holy shit.
That's pretty
That
awesome.
is awesome. Send that. We need to get a P.O. box.
Dude, shout out to you, Jose Patito. I think I seen him in here.
He's on the Patreon,
Okay, tight.
I think.
What's it called? What was I saying? Oh, this last year, I've never seen so many border documentaries in my life from like independent filmmakers.
Oh, I haven't seen those.
Channel 5 doing like this whole thing where they're just literally like, where are you coming from? Where are you coming from? And it's like like thousands of people walking across the border.
You know what my border documentary would be? It'd be a fucking thing of me forcing Miguel across the border
Back to Mexico. Yeah.
because not anything to do with race.
Yeah.
Just I want him somewhere else,
He's-
not here.
He's like, but I want to go to Portugal. You're
He
like,
was fine.
cool story, bro.
Go to Portugal. Go to fucking
Get the
Haiti.
fuck out of here. Miguel's in Mexico right now.
Good.
Good.
Keep him there. Fuck Miguel.
Can I get some fuck Miguel's in the chat, please?
After he was arraigned on 34 felony counts. So let's talk about what is important in this race. It is important that we move forward, that we turn the page on this same old tired rhetoric and address the needs of the American people, address what we need to do about the housing shortage, which I have a plan for, address what we must do to support our small businesses, address bringing down the price of groceries. But frankly, the American people are exhausted with this same old tired playbook.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
Excuse me. Every one of those cases was started by them against their political opponent. And I'm winning most of them, and I will win the rest on appeal. And you saw that with the decision that came down just recently from the Supreme Court. I'm winning most of them. But those are cases, it's called weaponization. Never happened in this country. They weaponized the Justice Department. Every one of those cases was involved with the DOJ, from Atlanta and Fani Willis to the Attorney General of New York. And
Rad Thad's comment, dude.
Oh, IDK who Miguel is, but I'm ready to fight this dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, dude.
in New York.
I feel bad for the next Miguel he meets.
Every one of those cases, and then they say, "Oh, he's a criminal." They're the ones that made them go after me. By the way, Joe Biden was found essentially guilty on the documents case. And what happened in my documents case? They said, "Oh, that's the toughest of them all." A complete and total victory. 2 months ago, it was thrown out. It's weaponization, and they used it, and it's never happened in this country. They used it to try and win an election. They're fake cases.
President Trump, thank you. A really quick response here, Vice President Harris, on this notion of weaponization of the Justice Department.
Well, let's talk about extreme and understand the context in which this election in 2024 is taking place. The United States Supreme Court recently ruled that the former president would essentially be immune from any misconduct if he were to enter the White House again. Understand, this is someone who has openly said he would terminate, I'm quoting, terminate the Constitution of the United States, that he would weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies. Someone who has openly expressed disdain for members of our military. Understand what it would mean if Donald Trump were back in the White House with no guardrails, because certainly we know now the court won't stop him. We know J.D. Vance is not going to stop him. It's up to the American people.
She just called J.D. Vance a
Decide.
bitch. He fucks couches.
If you take one thing away from this debate, is that J.D. Vance not fire.
My VP pussy is on shit.
Something about that seemed real feminine to me, dog.
Cooney is QAnon.
I wish.
I know, right? I wish I could just be red pilled.
Yeah, I'm gonna
But-
do some Cooney drops,
Yeah, dude. I don't know. This
some
is.
C drops.
I hate everything about both of them, dude.
Harris, thank you. Lindsay?
Vice President Harris, in your last run for president.
Weaponized, please.
We gotta
This is the
continue
one
here.
that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a
I
bullet
didn't.
to
You
the
did.
head.
Okay.
Don't be gay. You weaponized
Rubber
against me.
glue and 6 to you.
Bounces off me, sticks to you.
Seize
Because
my
of-
run.
The things that they say about me. They talk about democracy. I'm a threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy with a
President
fake
Trump.
Russia investigation
We do have a lot
that
to get.
went nowhere.
We have a lot to get to. Lindsay?
Vice President Harris, in your last run for president, you said you wanted to ban fracking. Now you don't. You wanted mandatory government buyback programs for assault weapons. Now your campaign says you don't. You supported decriminalizing border crossings. Now you're taking a harder line. I know you say that your values have not changed. So then why have so many of your policy positions changed?
Good dude.
She's kind of cool, this bedbug.
Yeah, she's been the best moderator that I've seen, dude.
She's like calling out all this bullshit.
yeah.
Freaking got a moderator problem, y'all.
So my values have not changed, and I'm going to...
So,
discuss every one of the, at least every point that you've made. But in particular, let's talk about fracking because we're here in Pennsylvania. I made that very clear in 2020. I will not ban fracking. I have not banned fracking as Vice President of the United States. And in fact, I was the tie-breaking
I like the shoulder pads now. Batty really bringing it.
vote on the Inflation Reduction Act, which opened new leases for fracking.
When are they going to start talking about Hawk Tua, dude? That's what I want to know.
When I see fracking, I say, hog to and spit on that thing. You feel me? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. When I see a couple of
Frack Tua.
frackers,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
frackers,
Oh, yeah.
I just want to Hawk Tua and spit on that thing.
Frack to that thing.
FMK, Moderator Cowbell, and Joanna Schaub. That's a really good one, actually. I would probably K Cowbell and then marry the moderator and, FJS.
Okay, well, I'd fuck myself. And then marry the moderator, and unfortunately, goodbye, Joanna.
My position is that we have got to invest in diverse sources of energy so we reduce our reliance on foreign oil.
God
we
damn.
have had the
She knows how to get your boy hard, dog.
Kamala's pushing your buttons right now.
I don't even know what she said, but the way she's like really going at it, dude, makes me wish she was going at something else.
largest increase in domestic oil production in history because of an approach that recognizes that we cannot over-rely on foreign oil.
Talking about
As
oil,
it
B?
relates to my values, let me tell
Talking
you, I
about
grew
fucking
up
Chevron, B? Like, what that got to do with me?
Yeah, bruh.
Bruh, I fucking don't need your shit. I got gas money, ho.
Yeah, you can't
Bruh.
afford gas, bruh.
What, bruh? I got fucking clips, bruh.
Yeah.
What you gonna do to get my TikTok monetized, B? Mm-hmm. What you gonna do to get me that Instagram baddie alert, bruh?
Talking about CAA, homie.
Look at my DMs, bruh. It's filled with hoes, bruh. What Trump got to do with that? Andrew Schultz in the building, bitch.
She's talking about body oil.
Where the crowd work shit at? I'm Matt Rife up in this motherfucker. What you really gonna do though? Is you gonna put somebody in the front row that got a funny hat? Maybe they black, maybe they got pointy shoes.
Pointy boots and shit, bruh.
Pointy boots. Yeah.
a middle-class kid raised by a hardworking mother who worked and saved and was able to buy our first home when I was a teenager.
I've been
The
fracking
values
my
I
whole
bring
life.
to the importance
What
of
is it?
home
Yeah.
ownership, knowing not everybody got handed $400 million on a silver platter and then filed bankruptcy 6 times.
Two things you got to know about me: fracking and Rite Aid, bitch. I spend a whole day at fracking, and then I go to Rite Aid and get some thrifty.
I be fracking with my homies every night.
Is a value that I bring to my work to say we are going to work with the private sector and home builders to increase 3 million homes, increase by 3 million homes by the end of my first term. My work that is related to having a friend when I was in high school who was sexually assaulted by her stepfather.
Ew.
And my focus then on protecting
What?
What's that
in
to do
high
with
school who was
fracking?
sexually assaulted by her stepfather.
She said, no, fracking, not fucking.
Increase by 3 million homes by the end of my first term. My work that is related to having a friend when I was in high school who was sexually assaulted by her stepfather. And my focus then on protecting women and children from violent crime is based on a value that is deeply grounded in the importance of standing up for those who are most vulnerable.
Her friend is like, God, there she goes again talking about my issues, dude. I told you that in confidence.
My work
Come on, Pamela.
that is about protecting Social Security and Medicare is based on long-standing work that I have done, protecting seniors from scams. My values have not changed. And what is important is that there is a president who actually brings values and a perspective that is about lifting people up and not beating people down and name-calling. The true measure of the leader is the leader who actually understands the strength is not in beating people down, it's in lifting people up. I intend to be that president.
Never gonna get you down. Never gonna roll around and desert you.
Let's be honest, though, dude. Name calling, that's not a bad leader, dude, right?
I mean, they all do it,
Exactly.
right? Most people do a little bit of name calling at least, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we say fuck Miguel all the time, so and we talk about men and earwaves. Let's not lie and say that we don't.
No. Yeah.
So I mean, some name calling can be fine.
Oh, dude. All the name calling.
Yeah.
The most name calling. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. And also, she doesn't answer the question, dude. Hell yeah. It is weird that she keeps changing her policies. But my values haven't changed. It's such a fucking cheap cop out.
Yeah, I mean, I would just be like, yeah, well, I'm trying to win, so
Yeah, exactly.
get on board or get off board.
Yeah.
But if you don't get on board, then he wins.
It's called the Progressive Party. So we're progressing as we think fucking try to win.
I fucked up. I thought it was good to let them all in. Now I think it's not good to let them all in. So fucking vote for me.
You got to hit a BTT, dog. Blame that team, homie.
Yeah.
Blame the team.
I got some bad advice from one of my advisors. Guess what? They've been fired.
Fuck Miguel. Wolfcat with a gun said, I love Miguel. You guys are jerks.
I mean, he's a pretty good guy.
President Trump, your
Well,
response?
first of all, I wasn't given $400 million. I wish I was. My father was a Brooklyn builder, Brooklyn, Queens, and a great father, and I learned a lot from him. But I was given a fraction of that, a tiny fraction, and I built it into many, many billions of dollars, many, many billions. And when people see it, they are even surprised. So we don't have
Even
to talk
surprised.
about that. Fracking, she's been against it for 12 years. Defund the police, she's been against that forever. She gave all that stuff up very wrongly, very horribly, and everybody's laughing at it, okay? They're all laughing at it. She gave up at least 12 and probably 14 or 15 different policies. Like, she was big on defund the police. In Minnesota, she went out, wait a minute, I'm talking now, if you don't mind, please. Does that sound familiar? She went out.
What is that?
I think she might have said that to somebody. She was like,
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
actually talking or whatever. So he's like, listen, I can do it too. But that is kind of funny. I mean, like, it was annoying when she did it. Is it good that you're doing it now? Especially, I don't know. Whatever.
Sounds like they're about to
I
frack.
know,
She
they're-
went out, wait a minute,
Just
I'm
get it over
talking now.
with. The sexual tension.
You know, my,
It's exhausting. If you want me to check that box, you better check her box.
mind, please. Does that sound familiar?
Lie.
She went out in Minnesota.
Very
and wanted to lift-
very fucking strange moment, dude.
Yeah, it was a little awkward.
It's
yeah.
like they're both robots. And they met like at an impasse of not understanding what to say next.
Yeah.
criminals that killed people, that burned down Minneapolis. She went out and raised money to get them out of jail. She did things that nobody would ever think of. Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison.
She wants to do it herself. She wants to go in there and be like,
Now she wants to sew her VP's pussy shut. Have you heard about this?
she wants to go into prison to these illegals that are in prison. And
Chop dicks off.
she wants to do it herself.
She said, I'll do it pro bono. She said she'll do it for free.
She wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison. This is a radical left liberal that would do this. She wants to confiscate your guns, and she will never allow fracking in Pennsylvania. If she won the election, fracking in Pennsylvania will end on day one. Just to finish one thing, so important in my opinion. So I got the oil business going like nobody has ever done before. When they took over, they got rid of it.
Okay.
Started getting.
You're good. Go for it, dude.
Be right back.
Like I said, they want me to frack. Dick Collector Headstone 55 says he meant to say Baja but said radical instead. Radical mode. Deport Miguel, huh? This is wild. Yeah, very strange. Very strange. It's hilarious though too at the same time. Where does Adam Ray show up? That would be hilarious if Dr. Phil showed up. Brendan is peeing in the sink. Yeah, I actually allowed him to pee in the sink. He kept demanding. I resisted a little bit. I was like, maybe not the sink. My toothbrush is right there. Trump should have done 25 minutes and condense. It is hard though, B. 25 minutes condense. It is hard though, B. Can you guys, let me see. I want to get a little temperature of the chat really quick. Who y'all got? Who y'all got? If you guys can answer this poll really quick. Kamala or Trump? I want to see what you guys think. Go ahead and answer, dude. I want to see what the temperature is. Miguel's a nice guy, but fuck Miguel. Muck Miguel. Oh, I did not expect anyone to vote for Kamala, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Not who's winning, but who do you like more? Look at Gelato's shirt. Name the movie. Hilarious. Wow. Yeah. I mean, I'm leaning more towards Kamala also, but that's not because she's a woman, but because I'm horny. Wow. I did not expect it to be that one-sided. Water. Pre-ban for Loco. Trump got me with the last line. Yeah, that's hilarious. Kamala's okay with the pantsuits. Everyone, please vote. We've got 110 viewers in here, daddy. I wouldn't mind like sending Kamala a DM and being like, listen, I just want to know if there's a chance. You know, just because there's a goalie doesn't mean you can't score, right? And something about her doing something in the Oval Office, I'm not going to say what exactly, gets me really excited. You know what I mean? And being a party to that would be awesome. Oh, I'll be right back. I'm going to go pee. Look at the poll, dude. Try to convince him to vote more.
Oh, shit. How many people voted? So we got 34 votes. That's it, dude. 56% for Kamala, though. It looks like it's, could this be a fucking, is the word bellwether of the election? Is this the way it's going to go? Is Kamala going to win? Ryan Hardy, I need to know if Trump was right about Haitians eating pets. Yeah, look it up, dude. Do your own research. Say what you find in the chat. That is an important, it's an important thing to know. Are our pets safe? So, I feel like Tony, if he's going to be really funny about this on the next Kill Tony, probably not. I mean, it would be funny, like, watching Kill Tony, if they talk about this, it'll be funny because it'll be kind of weird and awkward like it normally is, and that'll be funny, but will it be literally funny? Probably not. Adam, Trump easy all day. What's up, Cooney? You like your freedom? Thank him. What's that mean? Gooning, Tommy Jarvis, gooning hard. What are you gooning to? The debate. Gerardo's attracted to toxic women. I missed what he said because I was in the bathroom. Did he say some redacted stuff? That could be true. Ryan Hardy can't find anything about the cats and the dogs. You know what I saw, dude? When I was taking a piss in the sink? A woman tied up. No,
A woman tied up.
no, I saw Taylor Swift just endorsed Kamala Harris.
Oh, shit. On Twitter or where?
I don't know. Some social media.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and I didn't fucking zip my fly.
You know what I just saw, dude? Is I have a little issue with my cheek. When I shave, it bleeds a lot.
Oh, really?
Right. So, yeah. Right?
Uh-huh.
And this happened the day before Strickland Williams came over.
Right.
I shaved and I was bleeding excessively.
Uh-huh.
So I fucking got a towel and I wiped it off with the towel, and then I put the towel on top of my toilet.
Uh-huh.
And I told myself to move it before the company came over. There is a bloody towel on top of my toilet, and it is like it looks like I murdered somebody with that towel.
Damn.
It's a lot of blood.
That's hilarious. I missed that. I would if you were a murderer, you would have killed me. But did you do what I said? Did you buy the shaver that I said?
Yes.
It's pretty sharp.
It is.
But
no, it happens if I have a different shaver.
Okay.
It always happens.
Okay, cool.
I asked my doctor cousin about it.
Yeah.
Took a picture of it and it was like, "What the hell is this?" And she said it was acne scars. And I was like, "But it smells funky." She's like, "Oh, you should get that checked out." I was like, "Oh, that's not a good way to end this conversation."
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, get it checked out, B.
But I've had it since I was a kid.
Oh, then you're fine.
Fuck Trump with an 8-inch Sharpie. So we got 56. Did you expect that or no? 56% Kamala. I did not expect that.
No, I never know what people think, and I don't really ask.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's. I mean, that's about what the polls are. Somewhat like that, closer. But
let's see here. It really bugs me that they don't have people in person though, dude. You know, like the crowds or like the audience members.
Oh, reacting?
They've always had that. forever until the pandemic. And then they
Honestly,
stopped.
don't even remember. I remember the one where like Ken Bone in the red sweater and people loved him. He was
Okay,
like a
yeah.
crowd.
Like the
Yeah,
undecided voter would come in.
Yeah.
Check out RM Brown on YouTube, Daddy.
Okay. All right.
Maybe for tomorrow's stream. Today is strictly just the debates.
Yeah.
Remember like when Trump said, or Hillary said, I'm glad somebody of your temperament's not in charge of law and order here. And then he said, because you'd be in jail. And the whole fucking audience was like,
Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
I missed that shit.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Let's see here.
Getting rid of it, and the prices were going up the roof. They immediately let these guys go to where they were. I would have been 5 times, 4 times, 5 times higher, because you're talking about 3.5 years ago. They got it up to where I was because they had no choice, because the prices of energy were quadrupling and doubling. You saw what happened to gasoline. So they said, let's go back to Trump. But if she won the election, the day after that election, they'll go back to destroying our country, and oil will be dead, fossil fuel will be dead. We'll go back to windmills, and we'll go back to solar, where they need a whole desert to get some energy to come out of. You ever see a solar plant? By the way, I'm a big fan of solar, but they take...
That was pretty fucking Shabian. Solar sucks, but I really like it. You cannot fit into a solar plant, but you can fit right in.
Taylor Swift. Like many of you, I watched the debate tonight. If you haven't already, now is a great time to do your research on the issues at hand and the stances these candidates take on the topics that matter to you the most. As a voter, I make sure to watch and read everything I can about their proposed policies and whether or not their vice presidents are sewing their pussy shut. Who's that?
Dude, that's funny. You
What?
should read that one.
I'm into docking. Hell yeah.
No, it says Trump will get rid of these migrants that use 3 different phones while dashing, Ubering, and they're disrespectful to the health. Dude, the fucking thank you, Adam. Not the second part, but the fucking phone thing. You were
Yeah.
like, I got 3 or 4 phones, and then you acted like I was supposed to know what that meant.
Oh, what?
Remember the story where you're like, I'm on the phone and I got this phone, and like you got mad.
Oh, but that wasn't literal.
I didn't. Well, okay. I was like, in my mind, I was like, he's got 5 phones in his hand. And I wanted to explain. You were like, you get it. You get it. Thank you, Adam, for bringing that back.
I
up.
need to see the tape again.
It was the story where you got mad because you dropped it off on the road or something. Or the lady was mad because you dropped it off the wrong door.
What I was telling you though was that I was killing, laugh, right? That time, right? That story.
I don't know. I remember like you were like, I'm on the phone, I'm door dashing, I'm killing. It was a lot. It didn't make sense, like this man pointed out.
God damn it, dude! I can't even have a podcast where I don't get fucking called out, dude. The 3 figurative phones. They were figurative phones. Listen, I don't like phones, but I like using them. Okay.
Keep your eyes on the prize. We got $5.
Shout out to you, dude.
3 phones with 5 guys.
I do have 2 phones here, dude. One's for the chat, one's for my mom. Let's see here. Taylor uses jet fuel to power her vibrator. Hell yeah, Zach Marion, dude. Where the fuck have you been the whole stream?
400, 500...
Can I watch this again? I was
Yeah.
looking up Taylor Swift's message.
election, the day after that election, they'll go back to destroying our country, and oil will be dead, fossil fuel will be dead. We'll go back to windmills, and we'll go back to solar, where they need a whole desert to get some energy to come out of. You ever see a solar plant? By the way, I'm a big fan of solar, but they take 400,
President
500 acres of desert
President
soil.
Trump, we have a
These
lot
are
of
not good
issues
things
that we
for the
have to get
environment,
to.
as
We're
she
out of time.
understands.
Thank you.
Lindsay, thank you. We have an election in just 56 days. And I want to talk about the peaceful transfer of power, which, of course, we all know is a cornerstone of our democracy, and the role of a president in a moment.
Fuck, dude. This is the worst part for Trump every time, dude.
Yeah, because he won't say that. He's like, I won't have to as long as it's fair. If it's fair and free, there's no issue.
I hated that last X post he put, dude. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, it was weird.
Fucking stop doing this shit, dude. That's so crazy.
Yeah, why? What is it? It doesn't really help. It kind of goes into the other team's narrative.
Yeah.
You know.
It has no. It doesn't make sense. Why? Solar's great. I hate it.
yeah. Like that doesn't make sense. Plus, since I've been to Palm Springs, I've seen the windmills, and they seem fine.
It's beautiful. It's a nice site. Nobody wants to live in. It's hot. This place. All these windmills are. It's a
Right.
hot place.
The most important thing is that more people join the Patreon so I can keep going. Okay? If you take anything away from this debate.
Of crisis. Mr. President, on January 6th, you told your supporters to march to the Capitol. You said you would be right there with them. The country and the world saw what played out at the Capitol that day, the officers coming under attack. Aides in the West Wing say you watched it unfold on television off the Oval Office. You did send out tweets, but it was more than 2 hours before you sent out that video message telling your supporters to go home. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day?
You just said a thing that isn't covered. Peacefully and patriotically, I said during my speech, not later on. Peacefully and patriotically.
He's about to blame the team real hard right now. That's what
They didn't listen to me. Okay, I said peacefully and patriotically go into the Capitol and shit on Nancy Pelosi's desk. I said, if you're a homeless man, hit Nancy Pelosi's husband peacefully and patriotically in the head with a hammer. That'd be funny if he just starts every time he wants to. I peacefully and patriotically killed that Iranian general, okay, with bombs.
And
He's
dogs.
gone.
Beautiful dogs.
Where's he now? He's gone. Oh, yeah, the dog thing. Or the Abu Bakr Ghani. Okay, goodbye. Dogs ate him. I didn't eat the dogs. My dogs eat people. I don't eat dogs. I'm not Haitian.
And not just any people, terrorists.
I like at least he didn't say Haitian. Like he didn't say it, so he's not throwing them under the bus. He's like, they are eating dogs.
I'm not going to say who, Haitians. Gerardo getting peaceful with a Sharpie.
Nobody on the other side was killed. Ashley Babbitt was shot by an out-of-control police officer that should have never, ever shot her. It's a disgrace. But we didn't do this group of people that have been treated so badly. I ask, what about all the people that are pouring into our country and killing people that she allowed to pour in? She was the border czar, remember
Wyclef
that?
Jean, Praz, Lauryn Hill. What's going on with them?
Wale.
Wale too. Wale Falarin. What kind of name is Falarin? Okay, I
Mos
don't.
Def.
Mos Def doesn't sound like a name from somebody who was born in Ohio, does it?
Talib Kweli.
What kind of name is that? Eats cats.
Is the border czar. She doesn't want to be called the border czar because she's embarrassed by the border. In fact, she said at the beginning, "Oh, I'm surprised you're not talking about the border yet." That's because she knows what a bad job they've done. What about those people? When are they going to be prosecuted? When are these people from countries all over the world, not just South America? They're coming in from all over the world, David, all over the world. And crime rates are down all over the world because of it.
But let me just
when
ask
are those, David, when are those people going to be prosecuted? When are the people that burned down Minneapolis going to be prosecuted? Or in Seattle? They went into Seattle. They took over a big percentage of the city of Seattle. When are those people going to be prosecuted?
But let me just ask
You might ask her that question.
You were the president. You were watching it unfold on television. It's a very simple question as we move forward toward another election. Is there anything you regret about what you did on that day? Yes or no?
I had nothing to do with that
Minneapolis
other
right
than
now,
they asked me
dude,
to
basically Rite Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, they actually filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Chapter 11 blockbusterness.
make a speech. I showed up for a speech. I said, I think it's going to be big. I went to Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington, D.C., and the mayor put it back in writing, as you know. I said, you know, this is going to be a very big rally or whatever you want to call it. And again, it wasn't done by me. It was done by others. I said, I'd like to give you 10,000 national dollars.
Thanks for covering that. It was too cringe for me to watch solo. Rat Dad, thank you.
I've heard people say, I heard other people say that. They were just like, I couldn't take it. I tuned
really?
out.
I mean, it's so fun. It's fun to watch, though.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, dude.
The debate with Biden, I was like watching it at work. It was kind of painful, but I was enjoying it because it's so crazy to see somebody just not be able to answer a question.
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
Yeah.
And you know, and then we stopped the healthcare.
Yeah. the Adam Ray fucking.
We beat Medicare. What? What are you talking about, dude?
Or soldiers. They rejected me. Nancy Pelosi rejected me. It was just 2 weeks ago. Her daughter has a tape of her saying she is fully responsible for what happened. They want to get rid of that tape. It would have never happened if Nancy Pelosi and the mayor of Washington did their jobs. I wasn't responsible for security. Nancy Pelosi was responsible. She didn't do her job.
The question was about you as president, not about former Speaker Pelosi, but I do want Vice President Harris to respond here.
I was at the Capitol on January 6th.
I wish I had the fanfare for the common man, dude.
Oh, yeah, to play it, yeah. I want somebody to ask me a question, and I just answer it like that. I was at the Capitol on January 6th. I was there with my patriot, peacefully and patriotically.
Can
with
we
my
try it
friends.
really quick?
What? Oh, do you want to ask?
Oh, Brendan Cooney, how's it going?
I was at the...
No, not that question, not that question.
Shut up. I answer what I want. I was at the Capitol on January 6th, you fucking Antifa loser bitch. I was there with my fucking friends. We were there because we wanted to...
Circle jerk in Nancy Pelosi's office.
We wanted to find Nancy Pelosi's husband and talk to him.
With a hammer. Hey, Cooney, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you?
Good. I was just wondering,
Shut up. I was at it January 6th. I don't care.
did you win that truck from the shop giveaway?
No, I didn't win it.
You're supposed to say I was at.
Shut the I was at January 6th. I was there. I didn't need a truck. All I needed was my patriot friends.
And this fat shit.
It was the...
I was
Good night,
there.
boys. Zach
I was there.
Martin.
I was there to go to Uncle Ben's Chili Bowl to get a hot dog.
Later, Zach Martin. In Chicago, they're making hot dogs with dog meat.
Later, Zach.
Camera's over here, Daddy.
I just did this to the chat.
Yeah,
to my chat, not even that chat. Whatever, dude. I'm Biden.
Vice President-elect, I was also an acting senator. I was there. And on that day, the President of the United States incited a violent mob to attack our nation's capital, to desecrate our nation's capital. On that day, 140 law enforcement officers were injured, and some died. And understand, the former president has been indicted and impeached for exactly that reason. But this is not an isolated situation. Let's remember Charlottesville, where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches.
The way she said tiki. Tiki torches.
Where there was a mob of people carrying tiki torches, spewing anti-Semitic hate. And what did the president then at the time say? There were fine people on each side. Let's remember that when it came to the Proud Boys, a militia, the president said...
Victor E., best brains for the arts. Dude, you can't have a serious conversation and mention tiki torches.
Yeah, it brings a little bit of too much levity, right? If you're going to be all dramatic.
Dude, a guy came to my apartment yesterday and ate my dog. He was carrying a tiki torch.
Also, like, if you're talking about this event where someone was murdered and they're like anti-Semitic, whatever, and then you bring up tiki torches, is like, that's the least important part, right? Yeah. What they were carrying, they're not weapons, and they had shit that they bought at Costco.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
Take the tiki part out, dude.
It just reminds people they're doing it. It's like a dog whistle, or like it just reminds you that, oh yeah, they did have tiki torches.
Tiki torch though is such a terrible.
And the worst thing is the chairs that they had from Walmart that they were sitting in. It's like, well, no, the worst thing is that they're anti-Semitic.
Remember when all those far right Proud Boys were walking around in their Snuggies?
Yeah. Yeah, it's stupid.
They were using Kleenex to clean their nose.
Yeah.
With the tiki torch.
The tiki torch that they got from Thick Boy Studios.
Yeah. Remember when they were wearing TFAT merch?
The former president said, stand back and stand by. So for everyone watching who remembers what January 6th was, I say, we don't have to go back. Let's not go back. We're not going back. It's time to turn the page. And if that was a bridge too far for you, well, there is a place in our campaign for you to stand for country, to stand for our democracy, to stand for rule of law.
LPJ's got the best brains. He's on Addies, and she's on Xannies. It's Addies versus Xannies.
Yeah.
Some would say Addies versus Baddies right now. You know what I'm saying?
It's both, actually. Both ways. Yeah. That works both ways.
And to end the chaos, and to end the approach that is about attacking the foundations of our democracy because you don't like the outcome. And be clear on that point. Donald Trump, the candidate, has said in this election there will be a bloodbath if this and the outcome of this election is not to his liking. Let's turn the page on this. Let's not go back. Let's chart a course for the future and not go backwards to the past.
Let me just
started
follow up
singing
here.
that like "Turn the Page" song. That'd be dope. The
Yeah.
Bob Seger song, Metallica. Turn the page. I'm out there on the highway. I wanna go with Tim Walls, but it just sewed up his pussy. And I wanna get some fucking Lucky Boy, cause I'm fucking hungry. Here I am. Sorry, shitting my pants again. Sorry. That's a great song, right?
Yeah.
That's a good song.
Turn around. Every time you lose a race, you always get mad, and then the people shit on Nancy's desk.
I fucking I love that. I love songs about, like, I think it's about a truck driver, right?
I don't know.
I fucking love. There, Jason Aldean has a song about driving a truck too. I fucking love songs that, like, truck drivers are like, they fucking. It's so hard to do it. You just want to get home and bone your wife. It's my genre of song.
Bob Seger was what's it called, at the Monday Night Football yesterday. He did not look good.
Oh, he's old as fuck, right?
Butter Williams, shout out to covering "I'm Your Puppet" for the song that got Gadoosh today. Great choice and song.
Oh, thank you, Butter.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started on. I just didn't sleep till 4 a.m. because of the amount. It was good. The episode got Gadoosh 4 times.
That's fucked up.
And it was like heavily blocked in a lot of territories for the song. I was like, oh, we fucked up. But then the Kill Tony, Madison Square Garden, is super Gadooshed. You can't have a second of Kill Tony.
Oh,
It's blocked. Like, nobody can see it anywhere. It's
that's lame.
all across YouTube blocked.
That's like, yeah. Well, I mean, they're really into First Amendment free speech stuff, dude.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. Part of free speech is not allowing anyone to talk about your free speech.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I think is super important.
It doesn't make sense because they're on YouTube, which is, and then we have the, what's it called? What is that thing? Fair use.
Right. Well, like, I'll just take for example, like when Agostinho Zwinga, when he did our thing, we immediately copyright striked him. We did as many strikes as we could.
Yeah, you don't get you don't go calling my fucking pinata whatever he said about Jarito.
No,
and I'm not gonna do something about it, dude. I'm gonna keep you busy.
I mean, I almost did a strike on KM for the fuck, marry, kill segment.
You said I'm definitely gonna kill somebody.
YouTube, you listening? Are you weak?
We've gotten 4 emails from YouTube saying chill.
Yeah, YouTube's like, stop trying to copyright strike people in your chat.
Yeah. Also, so there was the Kill Tony gadooshing, which was like 7 sections of gadooshing. So it's like a lot of cuts in the episode at that part. And then there was the good and the bad and the ugly, got super gadooshed. The fucking that part. And then I'm Your Puppet can't be seen in a lot of European countries. Why is Europe shadow banning I'm Your Puppet, dude?
Because they respect Motown or whatever way more than we do.
Oldies. Anyways, that was my 2 cents on that.
It was a different term, and it was a term that related to energy because they have destroyed our energy business. That was where Bloodbath was. Also, on Charlottesville, that story has been, as you would say, debunked. Laura Ingraham, Sean Hannity, Jesse, all of these people, they covered it. If they go an extra sentence, they will see it was perfect. It was debunked in almost every newspaper, but they still bring it up, just like they bring 2025 up. They bring all of this stuff up. I ask you this, you talk about the Capitol. Why are we allowing these millions of people to come through on the southern border? How come she's not doing anything? And I'll tell you what I would do, and I would be very proud to do it. I would say we would both leave this debate right now. I'd like to see her go down to Washington, D.C. during this debate because we're wasting a lot of time. Go down to, because she's been so bad, it's so ridiculous. Go down to Washington, D.C. and let her sign a bill to close up the border because they have the right to do it. They don't need bills. They have the right to do it. The President of the United States, you'll get him out of bed. You'll wake him up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You'll say, come on down to the office. Let's sign a bill. If he signs a bill that the
You wake him up at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, get him out of bed. He's asleep. He's old and stupid. That's funny. That was good.
He's like, I wake up at 2 o'clock p.m. What are you talking about?
What? You really wake up Biden. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't want to go to work. Biden, you need to come out and close the door. Close the what? Is it Jill downstairs? I want to go to the cookie jar.
Have you tried the dog? It's delicious.
You're trying to eat my dog? Trump says you're trying to eat. Well, good luck trying to eat my dog. My dog bites my secret security people. Yeah, you know who really needs a handler is fucking Biden's dog.
Yeah.
Good luck with the Haitians trying to eat that dog.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking watch out.
The Haitians are practicing for Biden's dog. They're practicing on little fucking poodles and Pomeranians.
We got a Biden's dog problem, y'all.
They're going to eat Hunter? Oh, they're eating dogs. Never mind.
The border is closed. All he has to do is say it to the Border Patrol, who are phenomenal. If they do that, the border is closed.
Mr.
Those
President,
people are killing many people, unlike J6.
We talked immigration.
Isn't it? I'm trying to work on a bit about this, so bear with me if it makes no fucking sense because that's how my bits start.
Sure.
Secret Service? I don't like the name, dude. Secret Service. They're not secret by any means. You know what I mean?
I don't really know. There's probably a reason for why. I mean, they're secretive, right?
I mean,
They're top secret shit that they do, right?
I wear glasses when the sun's out, not because I'm trying to hide secrets, dude. You know what I mean?
I think it's funny that the Secret Service is like top secret. They're like the highest of the high, whatever.
Yeah.
But then things come out where they were like all banging prostitutes in Mexico or something like that. And
That's
then
their secret.
Yeah, that's the real secret is that they're not very good at their job. Yeah. Like they let a little fucking nerd with a gun. Incel guy who doesn't seem to even really exist. He has no real opinions. We still don't know anything about him. He like climbed a roof and almost killed the president. He shot a gun, like a few times. He took a class and he almost killed the former president.
And they can't even fight against a dog without getting bitten?
Yeah, they're being defeated by the guy they're protecting's dog. Yeah. You know, they're ow.
What's the secret?
You'd think they'd be able to like not be bit.
And also the word service. You know what I mean?
What?
Like, I don't know. There's a gay joke in there somewhere, but like...
Oh, you think they're fucking him?
Like a Secret Service.
Serving.
Fucking, you know.
Oh, interesting.
Little rub and tugs. It sounds like the most elite rub and tug operation in the United States.
I think they should be elite to the point where they, if a dog's about to bite them, they're just like Cesar Millan or something or they like can sense they can sense when someone is a threat to the president.
Yeah,
they should have at least be able to do that. What happened in Pennsylvania is not only did they not sense that there was a person, but someone literally told them that there is a person. And they still didn't.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah. They were like, there actually is a guy with a gun who looks weird walking around, and they're like, all right, we're going to let him go on stage. What? That don't make sense.
Here tonight, I do want to focus on this next
Brendan
issue.
thinks the special surge should be Spider-Man. I do.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, well, can't they get like a pen that hits like a specific frequency that fucks with German Shepherd's ears, and they're like...
Maybe not Spider-Man, but at least like a fucking someone paying attention at their job.
A secret, dude. What's the secret? Because you can't keep the guy's ear from getting shot off. Nobody's like protecting... They can't holster a gun. Yeah, what's the secret?
Yeah, the women were putting the gun in where there was no holster. I mean, at the very least, like, I know that I make fun of Jocko Willink and David Dobbins, but I don't think Jocko Willink would have been like, what? There's a guy with a gun? Cool. Hold on, let me eat this sandwich real quick. Or whatever the fuck that they were doing.
Give me a second, dude. He's talking about immigration right now. I like this part.
The fucking Secret Service were like looking at hot MAGA chicks and like fucking, whatever, I don't know, not doing their job.
Great point, Rat Thad. The secret is the service. So we don't really know. They like that we're questioning it. They're like, they still don't get it. Right. They still don't get it, dude.
Yeah, we'll never understand.
Both of you, because it really brings us this into focus, truth in these times that we're living in. Mr. President, for 3.5 years after you lost the 2020 election, you repeatedly falsely claimed that you won, many times saying you won in a landslide. In the past couple of weeks leading up to this debate, you have said, quote, you lost by a whisker, that you, quote, didn't quite make it, that you came up a little bit short.
I said that?
Are you now acknowledging that you lost in 2020?
No, I don't acknowledge that at all.
But
I said that sarcastically. You know that. It was said, we lost by a whisker. That was said sarcastically. Look.
I mean, he does have a good point there, dude. Nobody talks like that.
I lost by a whisker. Imagine being like dead set on making sure everyone understands that you really mean that.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. That's a pretty, like an old white guy would say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I put a Sharpie in my butt, dude. A little bit. It was sarcasm, dude. I just put it in like that much.
You should use that when you're defending the Sharpie stuff.
I do. I remember I say that on stage.
Oh, yeah, just a little bit.
Like
yeah.
it was like a perfect dose. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I am a magician. That shit disappeared. You know what I mean?
I'm not an expert, but I have done it a lot.
There's so much proof. All you have to do is look at it. And they should have sent it back to the legislatures for approval. I got almost 75 million votes, the most votes any sitting president has ever gotten. I was told if I got 63, which was what I got in 2016, you can't be beaten. The election, people should never be thinking about an election as fraudulent. We need two things. We need walls, and we have to have it. We have to have borders, and we have to have good elections. Our elections are bad. And a lot of these illegal immigrants coming in, they're trying to get them to vote. They can't even speak English. They don't even know what country they're in practically. And these people are trying to get them to vote. And that's why they're allowing them to come into our country.
I did watch all of these pieces of video. I didn't detect the sarcasm, lost by a whisker. We didn't quite make it. And we should just point out here as clarification, and you know this, you and your allies, 60 cases in front of many judges, many of them
No
Republican.
judge looked at it.
And said
they
there was
said
no
we didn't have
widespread fraud.
standing. That's the other thing. They said we didn't have standing, a technicality. Can you imagine a system where a person in an election doesn't have standing? The president of the United States doesn't have standing. That's how we lost. If you look at the facts, and I'd love to have you'll do a special on it. I'll show you Georgia, and I'll show you Wisconsin, and I'll show you Pennsylvania, and I'll show you. We have so many facts and statistics, but you know what? That doesn't matter, because we have to solve the problem that we have right now. That's old news. And the problem that we have right now is we have a nation in decline, and they have put it into decline. We have a nation that is dying, David.
Mr. President, thank you. Vice President Harris.
Why like, I don't get saying that over and over again.
Yeah, like America sucks.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
I'm going to put my cape on again. I don't want to do it, but I'll save this country.
I could have been at Mar-a-Lago, right? But here I am.
Yeah.
Fucking with Kamala, Pamela or whatever her name is. Who knows? She changes her name every day. It was Pamela, and then it's Kamala. It's Kamala. What is it? I don't know. I was the best president of all time. I had superpowers. I could fly. Everyone knows I could fly. I could shoot things out of my fingers. I ended COVID. I started COVID just so I could end it. And like, well, what? He's just going off on the election thing still. It's like, how often, how much are we going to listen to the same thing?
But to his credit, they brought it up. It's not like he's just brought it out of thin air.
But it doesn't make, what he's saying doesn't make any sense.
I mean, great job by ABC bringing up. The question is, do you acknowledge the loss? He's not going to acknowledge losing.
That's true.
But that's also a redeemable quality about him in a leader. It's like, you don't fucking admit loss.
What I would do, since he's stuck to it so hard, I'd just be like, I don't agree with that. I didn't say that. Move on. I wouldn't go into this long thing about he's like, Georgia's bullshit. Wisconsin's gay. Pennsylvania. Don't get me started on those.
It doesn't even exist.
redacts.
It's high on fentanyl.
Yeah, look at all the fentanyl. I mean, the people that voted for Biden are dead now from fentanyl anyways. So I'm going to win Pennsylvania in a landslide.
Kamala's gay too. I'll just throw that in there. I don't even know her name. So. This comment made me laugh. Look, I don't want to get political, but I can't let my dog be eaten.
You heard the president there tonight. He said he didn't say that he lost by a whisker. So he still believes he did not lose the election that was won by President Biden and yourself. But I do want to ask you about something that's come up in the last couple of days. This was a post from President Trump about this upcoming election just weeks away. He said, when I win, those people who cheated, and then he lists donors, voters, election officials, he says will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, which will include long-term prison sentences. One of your campaign's top lawyers responded saying, we won't let Donald Trump intimidate us. We won't let him suppress the vote. Is that what you believe he's trying to do here?
Donald Trump was
Look at Skull Nation's comment. It's Walden getting all
Dude,
this
they
down.
should have Walden there fucking transcribing.
He's just like killing fucking criminals at the same time. He's just like
fired by 81 million people.
he's typing with one hand and he's doing this.
So let's be clear about that.
What?
And Trump was fired by 81 million people. So let's be clear about that.
That's a good
clearly
soundbite.
He is having a very difficult time processing that. But we cannot afford to have a president of the United States who attempts, as he did in the past, to upend the will of the voters in a free and fair election. And I'm going to tell you that I have traveled the world as Vice President of the United States. And
I
world
thought she's
leaders...
never been to Europe, dude. What are you talking about, B?
Ryan, who would Cowbell vote for if he wasn't a felon? Man, you know what I'm saying. I'll vote for Trump, Bree. If I could vote, if that bitch wasn't lying about what I did, right? She out here lying. Everybody knows she lying just because their video of me doing it. My mom said I did it. My brother said I did it, and I did do it. Don't mean I did it.
I hung up on him like, ding.
I said, you think I'm a liar? Ding, 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 ding. That's what I did to them. And they gonna learn when I get out of jail. Anyways, bro, Trump, fine. You know what I'm saying? He fired, dog.
No, I think Cowbell would, if they were like, Cowbell, who you voting for? He's like, man, fuck Miguel.
Honestly, bro, you changed my mind. Because I looked over when you was talking. I looked at Kamala's fine ass. I mean, if she wasn't with that white dude, you know what I'm saying? If she wasn't with that old ass motherfucker, she wanted a young cat in the game, bro.
Shit, you acting like Cowbell wouldn't cuck that white dude?
Lay you down. Remember that old Pablo Francisco bit where he's doing the fucking Motown, lay you down, fine. He's a great guy. Never met him.
I wish I could meet him, dude.
Leaders are laughing at Donald Trump. I have talked with military leaders, some of whom worked with you, and they say you're a disgrace. And when you then talk in
Drop names, dude. What the hell?
this way in a presidential debate and deny what over and over again are court cases you have lost because you did in fact lose that election, it leads one to believe that perhaps we do not have in the candidate to my right the temperament or the ability to not be confused about fact. That's deeply troubling, and the American people deserve better.
I'll give you 1 minute to respond, Mr. President.
Let me just say about world leaders. Viktor Orban, one of the most respected men, they call him a strong man. He's a tough person, smart. Prime Minister of Hungary. They said, why?
Hungry?
They call him a strong man, okay? Some people say that means dictator. I say that means lovable, okay? You want a weak man? You want a man who can't tell people what to do? No, I want Viktor Orban.
How drunk do you think Shanaz got to this?
Oh, she's fucked up.
Yeah.
She's she was getting fucked up not watching it.
Yeah, pregame.
She's pre-gaming something else.
Yeah.
Right? Or so someone tell her about the debate. She's like, when are we pre-gaming? Like, the debate? It's a work day. I'm just kidding. I'll come over and drink.
But you know we're recording tomorrow morning, right? She's already knocked out.
She's getting fucked up with chin.
She should have never started drinking liquor out of a shoe, dude. That's what got her.
How can he not, a thick boy, dude?
True.
Why
Shoes
is the
everywhere.
whole world blowing up? 3 years ago it wasn't. Why is it blowing up? He
The
said
world's
because
blowing up.
you need Trump back as president. They were afraid of him. China was afraid, and I don't like to use the word afraid, but I'm just quoting him. China was afraid of him. North Korea was afraid of him. Look at what's going on with North Korea, by the way. He said Russia was afraid of him. I ended the Nord Stream 2 pipeline, and Biden put it back on day one, but he ended the XL pipeline. The XL pipeline in our country, he ended that. But he let the Russians build a pipeline going all over Europe and heading into Germany, the biggest pipeline in the world. Look, Viktor Orban said it.
You know,
he
likes
said
to
the
get
most
piped, Kamala.
Shout out to Kamala. She gets piped every night.
Oh, shit.
Pablo Francisco and his Huevo splash bit was fire. Mr. President, what's your take on Monica Lewinsky?
Respected, most feared person is Donald Trump. We had no problems when Trump was president, but when this weak, pathetic man that you saw at a debate just a few months ago, that if he weren't in that debate, he'd be running instead of her. She got no votes. He got 14 million votes. What you did, you talk about a threat to democracy. He got 14 million votes, and they threw him out of office. And you know what? I'll give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her. But he got 14 million votes. They threw him out.
Be cool.
She got 0 votes.
He
and
hates
when she
her.
ran, she was the first one to leave because she failed. And now she's running. I don't understand it, but
Mr.
I'm
President,
okay with it
Mr.
because
President, your time is
I
up.
think we're
Thank
going to
you.
do very well.
We've got a lot more to get to.
Turning now
Yes.
to the Israel-Hamas war and the hostages who are
Jesus,
still
here we
being held,
go.
Americans among them. Vice
Sad-
President
sad
Harris, in
section.
December, you said, quote, Israel has a right to defend itself, but you added, quote, it matters how, saying international humanitarian law must be respected. Israel must do more to protect innocent civilians. You said that 9 months ago. Now an estimated 40,000
Fast forward
Palestinians
to
are
this part.
No. We'll watch it. We don't have to say anything.
right.
dead.
I am very interested in what they say, dude.
Okay.
Nearly 100 hostages remain. Just last week, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said there's
Okay,
not a
maybe
deal
we've had, just kidding. Right when they say his name.
in the making. President Biden has not been able to break through the stalemate. How would you do it?
Well, let's understand how we got here.
So
On October 7, Hamas, a terrorist organization, slaughtered 1,200 Israelis. Many of them.
let it play. Let it play.
What?
I'm going to talk over it.
Oh, no. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, Ryan Landis, why are we talking about Israel? What about our dogs?
Yeah, that's what Trump's thinking right now. You know what's crazy about this issue is that they both sides agree on it. Anyways, I'll keep going.
Young
That's
people
the only
who
thing
were
that comes to
simply
mind for me.
attending a concert. Women were horribly raped. And so
Okay,
absolutely,
that
I
means-
said then, I say now. Israel has a right to defend itself. We would. And how it does so matters. Because it is also true, far too many innocent Palestinians have been killed. Children, mothers. What we know is that this war must end. It must end immediately, and the way it will end is we need a ceasefire deal and we need the hostages out. And so we will continue to work around the clock on that. Work around the clock, also understanding that we must chart a course for a two-state solution. And in that solution, there must be security for the Israeli people and Israel, and in equal measure for the Palestinians. But the one thing I will assure you always, I will always give Israel the ability to defend itself, in particular as it relates to Iran and any threat that Iran and its proxies pose to Israel. But we must have a two-state solution where we can rebuild Gaza, where the Palestinians have security, self-determination, and the dignity they so rightly deserve.
President Trump, how would you negotiate with Netanyahu and also Hamas in order to get the hostages?
I would say you're on traction control. You need to be Baja mode right now. None of them should be there.
Listen, they're doing nothing, but listen, what I would do is I would do nothing like they can't even think about doing nothing. The amount of nothing that they're doing, I would do it in a better way that makes everyone safe and everyone happy, and everyone would think, wow, this guy Trump is really good. What happened? The Middle East is peaceful. When I was president, the Middle East was the most safe
That's what he's going to
place
say. Yeah.
in the world. It was
Yeah.
safer than Chicago. Chicago, bad now because of the Venezuelan dog eaters. But now the Middle East, Israel and Palestine, they have all these people trying to eat each other's dogs. Sad.
I would ask for a 4-state solution. Israel, Palestine, Haitians, and Venezuelans eating dogs.
Before I was president, there weren't even Palestinians. No one ever heard of it. Was there a Palestinian? No.
I think they invented this, these people.
Out and prevent the killing of more innocent civilians in Gaza.
If I were president, it would have never started. If I were president, Russia would have never, ever, I know Putin very well, he would have never, and there was no threat of it either, by the way, for 4 years, have gone into Ukraine and killed millions of people when you add it up. Far worse than people understand what's going on over there. But when she mentions about Israel, all of a sudden,
Shout out to Adam.
she hates
Thank you.
Israel. She wouldn't even meet with Netanyahu when he went to Congress to make a very important speech. She refused to be there because she was at a sorority party of hers. She wanted to go to the sorority party. She hates Israel. If she's
She said,
president,
how did he know about that? Do you want another Diet Coke or no?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
I believe that Israel will not exist within 2 years from now. And I've been pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one. She hates Israel. At the same time, in her own way, she hates the Arab population because the whole place is going to get blown up. Arabs,
Jesus.
Jewish people, Israel will be gone. It would have never happened. Iran was broke under Donald Trump. Now Iran has $300 billion because they took off all the sanctions that I had. Iran had no money for Hamas or Hezbollah or any of the 28 different spheres of terror. And they are spheres of terror. Horrible terror. They had no money. It was a big story, and you know it. You covered it very well, actually. They had no money for terror. They were broke. Now they're a rich nation, and now what they're doing is they're spreading that money around. Look at what's happening with the Houthis and Yemen. Look at what's going on in the Middle East. This would have never happened. I will get that settled and fast, and I'll get the war with Ukraine and Russia ended. If I'm president-elect, I'll get it done before even becoming president.
Vice President Harris, he says you hate Israel.
That's absolutely not true. I have my entire career and life supported Israel and the Israeli people. He knows that he's trying to, again, divide and distract from the reality.
I mean, Kamala got a point, Daddy. He is trying. They both agree on the same thing. They're both pro-Israel, but he's trying to flip it some weird way.
Yeah.
It's so hard for the liberals to walk that tightrope of like our fucking liberal base wants us to stand up for Palestine, but we're like, no. They're like, no, dude, we support Israel, Daddy.
We love Israel. We've always supported, but we also think Palestinians are cool and nifty.
Yeah, they're awesome.
They're great, right? It's like just because I like Rite Aid doesn't mean I don't like fucking CVS, right?
I've never been to Europe, so
Rite Aid has a right to exist, even though they're going out of business and they're going to be gone soon, and CVS will replace it. But I've always liked CVS. I love CVS. They're a great company. Rite Aid is great, and we think that they're great. They don't have any more products anymore. There's nothing in the store. Bert Kreischer can't even hang out there.
Yeah.
It's unsafe.
Why aren't we talking about Bert Kreischer and the Rite Aid epidemic happening in this country?
This is not something I'm going to be honest with you that I care deeply about. Like, I hope it works out.
We can't do anything, dude.
But why are they talking about this? Why in our election do we have to hear nonstop shit about this?
Yeah.
What is it like? How much Kamala likes Israel? How does that help me?
Oh, I think because it is the starting. What is it called? It's an inciting incident for a huge conflict. That's why. I mean, if you're asking literally why, if you're
we're good.
I'm more interested in how many chicks you fuck. No,
exactly. No, really.
Yeah.
But no, honestly, how many chicks do they fuck? Because that would help me know whether they would be a good president or a good guy, someone I can hang out with, maybe go to a truck with and drink Irish tea. And
isn't it so interesting that they're both on the same side on that? This one, it blows my mind. You'll see them doing impassioned speeches at rallies, talking about like we need to support Israel. Both sides.
Sure. There's
no leeway on both sides. They're more willing to say like we need to find a two-state solution when Trump's like, no, Israel, come on, they were slaughtered in World War II. They need a place to stay.
Would be a pretty unpopular position for any major party to come out and be like, Hamas, pretty great.
Nobody's gonna do that. Like acknowledge the fact that Israel's Baja mode right now out there, dude.
If they did that, then people would be like, they're saying Hamas, pretty great. You know?
No. I think that's not true, dude.
Which is, it is very well known that Donald Trump is weak and wrong on national security and foreign policy. It is well known.
It's not well known that he's weak. He is not weak when it comes to foreign policy.
He did say that we were going to blow up North Korea.
That's pretty strong, dude. Yeah. That's pretty fucking strong. Rocket Man.
That he admires dictators, wants to be a dictator on day one, according to himself. It is well known that he said of Putin.
Donald Trump's face is like, man, that was just me cooking at my rally, Daddy.
That he can do whatever the hell he wants and go into Ukraine. It is well known that he said when Russia went into Ukraine, it was brilliant. It is well known he exchanged love letters with Kim Jong-un. And it is absolutely well known that these dictators and autocrats are rooting for you to be president again because they're so clear. They can manipulate you with flattery and favors. And that is why So many military leaders who you have worked with have told me you are a disgrace.
Is this about Israel Adesanya?
That is why we understand that we have
Best
to have a
brains.
president who is not consistently weak and wrong on
Vice
national
President
security,
Harris.
including the importance of upholding and respecting in highest regard our military.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
They're the ones, and she's the one that caused it, that's weak on national security by allowing every nation last month for the year, 168 different countries sending people into our country. Their crime rates are way down.
Weights.
Putin endorsed her last week, said, I hope she wins. And I think he meant it, because what he's gotten away with is absolutely incredible. It wouldn't have happened with me. The leaders of other countries think that they're weak and incompetent, and they are. They're grossly incompetent. And I just ask one question. Why does Biden go in and kill the Keystone Pipeline and approve the single biggest deal that Russia's ever made, Nord Stream 2, the biggest pipeline anywhere in the world going to Germany and all over Europe?
Can I get fuck
Because
Miguel's in
they're
the chat,
weak
please?
and they're ineffective. And Biden, by the way,
President
gets paid
Trump,
a lot of money.
Thank you. We have a lot of issues to get to.
We'll be right back with much more of this historic ABC News presidential debate from the National Constitution Center right here in Philadelphia. Back in a moment.
Late stage capitalism. Let's see here. C-SPAN, 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 C-SPAN.
Blah, blah, blah.
I like how they cut to the commercial and be like, you guys, that last one was rough, right?
So many commercials.
Yeah.
David Muir and Lindsay Davis.
Welcome back to this historic
What is this,
ABC News
T-Fat K?
presidential debate tonight. We're going to continue here, and I want to turn to the war in Ukraine. We're now 2.5 years into this conflict. Mr. President, it has
Don't care
been the
about that
position of the
either.
Biden administration
No, I mean, me
that
neither.
we must defend Ukraine from Russia, from Vladimir Putin, to defend their sovereignty, their democracy, that it's in America's best interest to do so.
What is he
Arguing that
talking
if
about?
Putin
Fuck Miguel.
wins, he may be emboldened to move even further into other countries. You have said you would solve this war in 24 hours. You said so just before the break tonight. How exactly would you do that? And I want to ask you a very simple question tonight. Do you want Ukraine to win this war?
I want the war to stop. I want to save lives that are being uselessly, people being killed by the millions. It's the millions. It's so much worse than the numbers that you're getting, which are fake numbers. Look, we're in for
If I said I would
250
stop the
billion or
war,
more.
you'd agree, okay? I can talk to Putin. I can talk to that other guy. What's his name? Do you remember his name?
Vladimir Skalinsky, something like that.
Whatever it is, I
Yes.
can talk to them both. Skalinsky, Monica Lewinsky.
I got the name wrong for sure.
It's Zelensky.
Oh, Zelensky.
Zelensky. Was that in the
Because
chat?
they don't ask Europe.
I will say, your boys dove into the Ukraine war a little bit. Not, whatever. I don't know what's happening or why it happened, like that kind of stuff. But it is intense. It's a war, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, I really looked into it, and I looked at all the facts. I did a lot of research on it, and you know what? Not good. Not a good thing. The people dying there.
No,
I'm against
but
it.
I definitely did more research than you did, and you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came back and I was looking. I was expecting to be like, we'll see which side's right, and
Yeah.
what are the I'll come away, and I was just like, actually, kind of bad.
Did you hear about what happened recently? Ukraine went Baja mode and they invaded Russia. Did you hear about that?
I hear stuff like that, but that's fake news, dude.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding. It's obviously
Which
not fake news.
It's crazy.
Is a much bigger
Never happened,
beneficiary to getting this thing done than we are. They're in for $150 billion less because Biden and you don't have the courage to ask Europe like I did with NATO. They paid billions and billions, hundreds of billions of dollars when I said, either you pay up or we're not going to protect you anymore. So
They
that's
said,
maybe
"Say
one of the
less."
reasons they don't like me as much as they like weak people. But you take a look at what's happening. We're in for 250 to 275 billion. They're into 100 to 150. They should be forced to equalize. With that being said, I want to get the war settled. I know Zelensky very
thank you for
well,
subscribing.
and I know Putin very well. I have a good relationship, and they respect your president, okay? They respect me. They don't respect Biden. How would you respect him? Why? For what reason? He hasn't even made a phone call in 2 years to Putin, hasn't spoken to anybody.
douche.
They don't even try and get it. That is a war that's dying to be settled. I will get it settled before I even become president. If I win, when I'm president-elect, And what I'll do is I'll speak to one, I'll speak to the other, I'll get them together. That war would have never happened. And in fact, when I saw Putin after I left, unfortunately left because our country has gone to hell. But after I left, when I saw him
Be
building
cool,
up
dude.
soldiers, he did it after I left. I said, oh, he must be negotiating. It must be a good, strong point of negotiation. Well, it wasn't, because Biden had no idea how to talk to him. He had no idea how to stop it. And now you have millions of people dead, and it's only getting worse, and it could lead to World War III. Don't kid yourself, David. We're playing with World War III.
When
and
I'm
we have a
president, I'm gonna get on that thing and stop Tua. You know what I mean? Stop war. Get on that thing.
I'm gonna spit on that thing.
I'm gonna mediate. Okay, I'm gonna get Zelensky in a room. I'm gonna get Biden back too. I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of Biden in front of Zelensky and Putin.
We don't even know if he's. Where is our president? We don't even know if he's a president.
And just
This
to clarify
motherfucker's
here,
Threw
spinning
him out of
back.
the campaign like a dog. We don't even know. Is he our president? But we have a president,
Mr. President.
that doesn't know he's alive.
your time is up. Just to clarify.
Damn. I didn't
What
see
the
that.
fuck?
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. Wow, look at that. Trump just said Biden's not alive. Fuck.
Clarify
They
here.
threw him out of a campaign like a dog. We don't even know. Is he our president? But we have a president,
Mr. President.
that doesn't know he's alive.
Your time is up. Just to clarify in the question, do you believe it's in the U.S. best interest for Ukraine to win this war, yes or no?
I think it's the U.S. best interest to get this war finished and just get it done.
All right.
Negotiate a deal, because we have to stop all of these human lives from being destroyed.
I want to take this to Vice President Harris. I want to get your thoughts on support for Ukraine in this moment, but also as Commander-in-Chief, if elected, how would you deal with Vladimir Putin, and would it be any different from what we're seeing from President Biden?
Well, first of all, it's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me. I believe the reason that Donald Trump says that this war would be over within 24 hours is because he would just give it up. And that's not who we are as Americans. Let's understand what happened here. I actually
That's not who
met
we are.
with
We kill
Zelensky.
people.
Yeah.
Okay? We're not just gonna let some fucking Russians do what they want. They think they can kill? No, we get to kill too. We're gonna kill you. We have more weapons, okay? We're smarter. You're drunk.
You black buzzer.
You think you can invade Ukraine? Well, we don't want you to do it, so you're not going to be able to do it. Sorry. It's about what we want, not what you want. Yeah. Cool story, bro. Say less. You're going to die soon.
You black buzzer.
A few days before Russia invaded, tried through force to change territorial boundaries, to defy one of the most important international rules and norms, which is the importance of sovereignty and territorial integrity. And I met with President Zelensky. I shared with him American intelligence about how he could defend himself. Days later, I went to NATO's eastern flank, to Poland and Romania.
She's been to Europe. What the fuck?
Whoop.
Crazy.
You're out.
Through the work that I and others did, we brought 50 countries together to support Ukraine in its
Later,
righteous
Victor.
defense. And because of our support, because of the air defense, the ammunition, the artillery, the javelins, the Abrams tanks that we have provided, Ukraine stands as an independent and free country. If Donald Trump were president, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv right now. And understand what that would mean, because Putin's agenda is not just about Ukraine. Understand why the European allies and our NATO allies are so thankful that you are no longer president and that we
don't like him.
understand the importance of the greatest military alliance the world
like
has ever
that
known,
voice.
which
He
is
is
NATO.
mean to us.
And
Trump, when he was president, made us pay lots of money for the things he would provide.
We are already broke. There's so many things we have to buy.
I mean, let's be honest. He's kind of gay.
I like to buy Hugo Boss clothes. And you want me to give all my countries money to my accents always change.
Yeah.
It always starts off one way, and then it's like, if I keep going, from German, it'll be Jamaican at some point. And then British, and then Trump again.
Can I be honest with you, Mr. Biden? Trump scared me.
Trump is a scary guy.
He's very scary.
what we have done to preserve the ability of Zelensky and the Ukrainians to fight for their independence. Otherwise, Putin would be sitting in Kyiv with his eyes on the rest of Europe, starting with Poland. And why don't you tell the 800,000 Polish Americans right here in Pennsylvania how quickly you would give up for the sake of favor and what you think is a friendship with what is known to be a dictator who would eat you for lunch.
Vice President Harris, thank you. We've heard from both of you on Ukraine tonight. Afghanistan came up in the last hour. I wanted her to respond to something you said earlier, and now, please, I'll give you a minute here.
Putin would be sitting in Moscow, and he wouldn't have lost 300,000 men and women, but he would have been sitting in Moscow. Quiet, please. He would have been sitting in Moscow, much happier than he is right now. But eventually, you know, he's got a thing.
She's saying ketos. I'm saying taquito, bitch.
It's keto, bitch.
You think I could be trapped in a house with this fucking demon?
Nuclear weapons. They don't ever talk about that. He's got nuclear weapons. Nobody ever thinks about that. And eventually, maybe he'll use them, and maybe he hasn't been that threatening, but he does have that. Something we don't even like to talk about. Nobody likes to talk about it. But just so you understand, they sent her to negotiate peace before this war started. 3 days later, he went in and he started the war because everything they said was weak and stupid. They said the wrong things. That war should have never started. She was the emissary. They sent her in to negotiate with Zelensky and Putin, and she did. And the war started 3 days later. And that's the kind of talent we have with her. She's worse than Biden. In my opinion, I think he's the worst president in the history of our country. She goes down as the worst.
Not the worst.
Yeah, no chance.
There was a civil war, Trump.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, the presidents leading up to the Civil War definitely did some wrong things,
Andrew
right?
Buchanan, dude.
Like, they messed up a little bit, right? Yeah. Some of our presidents had slaves.
Vice president in the history of our country. But let me tell you something. She is a horrible negotiator. They sent her in to negotiate. As soon as they left, Putin did the invasion.
President Trump, thank you. You did bring up something. You said she went to negotiate with Vladimir Putin. Vice President Harris, have you ever met Vladimir Putin? Can you clarify tonight?
Did you hawk two and spit on that thing?
Yet again, I said it at the beginning of this debate, you're going to hear a bunch of lies coming from this fellow. And that is another one. When I went to meet with President Zelensky, I've now met with him over 5 times. The reality is it has been about standing as America always should, as a leader upholding international rules and norms, as a leader who shows strength, understanding that the alliances we have around the world.
I was gonna joke around and say, because Justin C said that he was shadow banned, I was gonna say, my bad, I shadow ban you too. I was just trying to shadow ban Adam, but I didn't want Adam to think I'm actually shadow banning him at this point, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how to shadow ban people.
Dependent on our ability to look out for our friends and not favor our enemies because you adore strongmen instead of caring about democracy. And that is very much what is at stake here. The President of the United States is commander-in-chief, and the American people have a right to rely on a president who understands the significance of America's role and responsibility in terms of ensuring that there is stability and ensuring we stand up for our principles and not sell them for the benefit of personal flattery.
You talked about Ukraine and Vladimir Putin. I do want to talk about Afghanistan. It came up in the first hour of this debate. I want to move on to Afghanistan.
Stoltenberg said Trump did the most amazing thing I've ever seen. He got these countries, the 28 countries at the time, to pay up. He said, I've never seen. He's the head of NATO. He said, I've never seen. For years, we were paying almost all of NATO. We were being ripped off by European nations, both on trade and on NATO. I got them to pay up by saying one of the statements you made before, if you don't pay, we're not going to protect you. Otherwise, we would have never gotten it. He said it was one of the most incredible jobs that he's
I saw her eating dog earlier today.
ever seen done.
Thank you. I want to turn to Afghanistan. It came up in the first hour of the debate, and we witnessed a poignant
Trump
moment
calls
today.
everyone a dog as an insult. How can we be sure he's not behind the dog crisis?
That's a great point, dude.
Bringing up the hard questions, Joel.
Yep.
Capitol Hill, honoring the soldiers who died in the chaotic withdrawal from Afghanistan. I do want to ask the Vice President, do you believe you bear any responsibility in the way that withdrawal played out?
Well, I will tell you, I agreed with.
She's like, well, I was watching Kill Tony live at Madison Square Garden yesterday, and I thought heavily about the war in Ukraine.
President Biden's decision to pull out of Afghanistan. 4 presidents said they would, and Joe Biden did. And as a result, America's taxpayers are not paying the $300 million a day we were paying for that endless war. And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century. But let's understand how we got to where we are. Donald Trump, when he was president, negotiated one of the weakest deals you can imagine. He calls himself a deal maker. Even his national security advisor said it was a weak, terrible deal. And here's how it went down. He bypassed the Afghan government. He negotiated directly with a terrorist organization called the Taliban. The negotiation involved the Taliban getting 5,000 Taliban terrorists released. And get this, and the president at the time invited the Taliban to Camp David.
She's bullshitting
a place
right now.
Of storied significance
None
for
of us wanted this war to keep going, you stupid bitch. I don't care if he negotiated. I don't care if he did it Camp David. I don't care if he did it Round Table Pizza.
Yeah.
Okay? It doesn't matter to me at all. I wanted the war to stop.
Yeah.
You know? It was a stupid war to begin with.
I mean, let's be honest, dude. I wouldn't vote for Trump if I was voting, but
No.
we weren't really in wars when Trump was president. We were in Afghanistan still.
You weren't in a war.
I was in a war with a Sharpie.
I was in a war with no one listening to my podcast. All right? That was my war. We didn't have Adam and Ryan Hardy and Volta 600 back then. Okay?
Balloon fart.
There was no balloon fart in those days. That was my war. I could give a damn about this.
But that's all I'm saying, Daddy.
as Americans, a place where we honor the importance of American diplomacy, where we invite and receive respected world leaders. And this former president, as president, invited them to Camp David because he does not again appreciate the role and responsibility of the President of the United States to be commander-in-chief with a level of respect. And this gets back to the point of how he has consistently disparaged and demeaned members of our military, fallen soldiers, and the work that we must do to uphold the strength and the respect of the United States of America around the world.
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump, your response to her saying that you began the negotiations with the Taliban.
So if you take a look at that period of time, the Taliban was killing our soldiers, a lot of them, with snipers. And I got involved with the Taliban because the Taliban was doing the killing. That's the fighting force.
I joined the Taliban, I'll admit it.
I read the Quran once, and I was convinced.
I memorized the Quran back to front. Okay, I know all about Muhammad. And I talked to the Taliban. They got a lot of good ideas.
I'm a felon. You don't think I'm going to read the Quran?
They're doing a lot of good things, the Taliban. I wanted to end the war. I said, why not come to the White House? We can have steak together. We can do a lot of things.
Look at Tennessee Frisky's comment.
She's dressed like... Yeah, let's get back to the real important stuff. She is dressed like...
She's dressed like Austin Powers.
She's dressed like she's making me Randy or whatever. Horny baby.
Afghanistan. They don't bother doing that.
It was an easy
they deal with the wrong
read.
people all the time.
Do I make you
But
horny,
I got
Trumpy?
involved.
I read the Quran. The words jumped off the page.
And Abdul is the head of the Taliban. He is still the head of the Taliban. And I told Abdul, don't do it anymore. You do it anymore, you're going to have problems. And he said, why do you send me a picture of my house? I said, you're going to have to figure that out, Abdul. And for 18 months, we had nobody killed. We did have an agreement negotiated by Mike Pompeo.
It's not very groovy,
It was a very
baby.
good agreement. The reason it was good, it was we were getting out. We would have been out faster than them, but we wouldn't have lost the soldiers. We wouldn't have left many Americans behind, and we wouldn't have left $85 billion worth of brand new, beautiful military equipment behind. And just to finish, they blew it. The agreement said you have to do this, and they didn't do it. They didn't do it. The agreement was was terminated by us because they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
I want to move on.
And these people did the
He's
worst
like, I'm getting uncomfortable. I want to move on.
I am bored, Mr. President.
withdrawal, and in my opinion, the most embarrassing moment in the history of our country. And by the way, that's why Russia attacked Ukraine, because they saw how incompetent she and her boss are.
President Trump, thank you. I want to move on now to race and politics in this country. Mr. President, you recently said of Vice President Harris, quote, "I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black." I want to ask a bigger picture question here tonight.
All right, I'll keep,
Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh
want you
in
to
on the
catch me
racial
up on what
identity
happens.
of your
Okay.
opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. I don't care.
She
you
can be
make a
anything.
big deal out of something.
I didn't
couldn't
even know
care
she's
less.
a woman.
Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so I'm
I
asking.
don't know. I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then
I wonder what he's referring to, read. Does anyone know in the chat, like, where he read that she said that she was not black? Is there a tweet where she's like, just so you guys know, I'm not black?
I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her. That's up to her.
Vice President Harris, your thoughts on this?
I think it's,
She put
I
out.
mean, honestly, I think it's a tragedy that we have someone who wants to be president who has consistently, over the course of his career, attempted to use race to divide the American people.
No, don't do this. Say what you think. Say it with your chest. Say, he's saying I said I'm not black, but I chose to go to Howard.
You know, I do believe that the vast majority of us know that we have so much more in common than what separates us, and we don't want this kind of approach that is just constantly trying to divide us, and especially by race. And let's remember,
What did he say to the black thing?
He was like, I didn't say, I don't know. I read a thing where she said that I'm not black. And then she was like, I just think that it's bad that he's using race to divide us. She's not really, like,
okay.
responding. So
Yeah, dude, I had a big gulp earlier, so fucking piss is coming out of me, dude. Thanks for subscribing. We've gotten like 20 subscribers from this fucking stream, dude.
Trump's like, oh, nice. Trump's like, I went to the National Black Party and no one knew who you were. No one said they knew
You
you.
didn't say that.
He said, I went. there was a cookout. And I went there and not anybody knew who Kamala was.
They said you weren't invited to the cookout. I was.
I said Kamala. I said your name right, and they said we know her as Kamala, or Kamala.
Pamela, what is her name? Is?
Fucking, I don't know.
how Donald Trump started. He was a land, he owned land, he owned buildings, and he was investigated because he refused to rent property to black families.
Mm-hmm.
Let's remember, this is the same individual
That's true.
who took out a full-page ad in the New York Times calling for the execution of 5 young black and Latino boys who were innocent, the Central Park 5. Took out a full-page ad calling for their execution. This is the same individual who spread birther lies about the first black president of the United States. And I think the American people want better than that, want better than this, want someone who understands, as I do, I travel our country. We see in each other a friend. We see in each other a neighbor. We don't want a leader who is constantly trying to have Americans point their fingers at each other. I meet with people all the time who tell me, can we please just have discourse about how we're going to invest in the aspirations and the ambitions and the dreams of the American people? Knowing that regardless of people's color or the language their grandmother
She's
speaks,
talked
we
so
all...
long, I've now forgotten whatever Trump said. I'm bored now. If he said something really offensive, it's just on and on and on.
Let's talk about the ear, Trump.
have the same dreams and aspirations and want a president who invests in those.
Dude, she like, as her comeback, she's like, "Oh, what? You couldn't hear that? Should I talk? Could you hear better in the other ear where you weren't shot?"
Not in hate and
By
division.
my cronies.
Vice President Harris, thank you. Lindsay?
President Trump, this is now your 3rd time.
This is the most divisive presidency in the history of our country. There's never been anything like it. They're destroying our country, and they come up with things like what she just said. Going back many, many years, when a lot of people, including Mayor Bloomberg, agreed with me on the Central Park Five, they admitted, they said, they pled guilty. And I said, well, if they pled guilty, they badly hurt a person, killed a person ultimately. And if they pled guilty, then they pled, we're not guilty. But this is a person that has to stretch back years, 40, 50 years ago.
I like when he talks about things with such brevity and then moves on so fast.
Yeah. I don't think that woman is dead, right?
The Central Park Five?
Yeah, I think she survived that. I'm pretty sure.
I don't even know.
But I mean,
she
killed a person.
R-worded.
He said killed a person, but I think she survived.
I have no clue.
I could be
dude.
wrong. Do we know, Chad?
Chad,
He's just so off on facts sometimes.
All the time.
Yeah. Like, but even like now,
He'll say a fact and then he'll keep going, and then now he just goes into La La Land.
I know it's funny that I said sometimes, but like, and not even on his like political arguments. Like that, if what I'm saying is true, like that's just like that has nothing to do. Why would you include that?
Yeah.
But whatever.
Because there's nothing now. I built one of the greatest economies.
When he says Central Park 5, do you get kind of horny because you think about the 5 guys he made out with you?
It wasn't a makeout, dude. People that have no context to hear you say that think it's a joke, and then I say it wasn't a makeout. They're like, "What the fuck was it then, dude?"
I sucked their dick.
In the history of the world, and I'm going to build it again. It's going to be bigger, better, and stronger. But they're destroying our economy. They have no idea what a good economy is. Their oil policies, every single policy. And remember this, she is Biden. You know, she's trying to get away from Biden. I don't know the gentleman. She says,
join the Patreon.
She is Biden. The worst inflation we've ever had.
What a bad selling
economy.
On the Patreon,
inflation
we're gay. No, we're not.
Has made it so bad.
You're like, we're not.
And she can't get away with that.
Thank you. Your time is up, Lindsay.
I want to respond to that, though. I want to just respond briefly. Clearly, I am not Joe Biden, and I am certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country. One who believes in what is possible, one who brings a sense of optimism.
One who's not unburdened by what has been or whatever.
About what we can do instead of always disparaging the American people. I believe in what we can do to strengthen our small businesses, which is why I have a plan. Let's talk about our plans and let's compare the plans. I have a plan to give startup businesses $50,000 tax deduction, to pursue their ambitions, their innovation, their ideas, their hard work. I have a plan, $6,000 for young families for the first year of your child's life, to help you in that most critical stage of your child's development. I have a plan that is about allowing people to be able to pursue what has been fleeting in terms of the American dream by offering a help with down payment of $25,000 down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. That's the kind of conversation, I believe, David, that people really want tonight, as opposed to a conversation that is constantly about belittling and name-calling. Let's turn the page.
I feel like this is this is like telling your parents that they've been toxic your whole life and they're still looking at you like, I'm gonna fuck you up, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They're not gonna change at all.
No, they're never gonna change at this age,
No,
dude.
it's exactly what we thought it was gonna be. It's
Yeah.
like almost kind of like it's not as entertaining as we thought.
It is entertaining. I don't give a fuck.
You like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
This is awesome. I don't care for either of them. You know what I mean? One way or the other. Kanye West, 2024.
Right.
It's so entertaining to me because it's not real. This is not reality. Like they're both dead set on winning. They're not going to confront each other on a real basis of like an actual conversation.
No vulnerability.
And so watching them try to navigate this political minefield of like how to get people to vote for them is very funny to me.
Yeah. I mean, it is, and also, well, there's like tons of ways to look at it, but the most important thing to me is like nothing in this is telling me what they're going to do for me.
Yeah.
How are you going to help my podcast? Right.
What are you going to do for bald Americans?
What do you? Yeah. Can my hair grow back? I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the president. Can you make it?
What about your growing teeth policy? Like, can we make our teeth bigger?
Or can we make it so that people aren't allowed to talk about how small my teeth are, and or maybe like we just pretend like it's just normal size like everyone else?
Yeah. Are we going to give tax breaks to people that buy Sharpies at large quantities? You know what I mean?
You want a tax break
For my Sharpies.
like so that Sharpies cost less?
No, that when I buy
When you buy
them,
it, you can
goes-
write it off in your
yeah,
taxes.
write it off my taxes.
So you want to tell your tax person that you stick Sharpies up your butt?
Whoa, be cool. This is a national debate we're having right now, dude. Come on.
How are you going to help my dog? My dog's not... Ryan Landis' dog is not safe.
No real solutions. There are just lizard dogs. Exactly, dude.
Vice President
move
Harris,
forward.
thank you. Let's turn to policy.
President
Let's turn
Trump,
back
we
to
have
policy.
to move on. President Trump.
Let's turn to policy,
She has
please.
a plan to defund the police. She has a plan to confiscate everybody's gun.
President Trump,
she
we
has
do
a
have to
plan
move on to
not
other
allow
issues.
fracking in Pennsylvania or anywhere else.
Okay.
That's what her plan is until
She's
just
going to
recently.
make it illegal to get a boner.
She has a plan to hawk to her and spit on that thing.
She's going to make it so that you can no longer eat candy. Like, it's just like, he's just like, every gun's gone. Yeah. Do you like watching football? Not in Kamala Harris America. She's going to make you watch the WNBA. She's not going to let Caitlin Clark play at all. It's going to be just that other girl. What's her name?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. Only Angel Reese. She can't shoot. She's just going to rebound the whole game. No one wants to watch that.
She has a plan to shadow ban millions of Americans.
The president has
No,
said
I'm
something
sorry.
twice that I need to
No,
respond to.
I'm sorry.
I
We're
just
going
need
to move on,
respond
Vice
one
President
time
Harris.
to what he
President
has said.
Trump, this is
Moving on.
now your
Yes.
third time running for president. You
Ugh.
have long vowed to repeal and replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. You have
This is
failed
why during podcasts you got to wear headphones so you don't talk over each other, you know?
Right.
to accomplish that. You now say you're going to keep Obamacare, quote, unless we can do something much better. Last month you said, quote, we're working on it. So tonight, 9 years after you first started running, do you have a plan, and can you tell us what it is?
Obamacare was lousy health care. Always was. It's not very good today. And what I said, that if we come up with something...
I'm not going to lie. I had Obamacare. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I had Obamacare too. I had Medi-Cal or whatever. It's pretty great.
Therapy was only $15, dude.
On Medi-Cal, I didn't have to pay for shit.
That's
So
what
that
I'm
was
talking
pretty
about,
cool.
Daddy.
Are working on things. We're going to do it, and we're going to replace it. But remember this. I inherited Obamacare because Democrats wouldn't change it. They wouldn't vote for it. They were unanimous. They wouldn't vote to change it. If they would have done that, we would have had a much better plan than Obamacare. But the Democrats came up. They wouldn't vote for it. I had a choice to make when I was president. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be, never going to be great, or do I let it rot? And I felt I had an obligation, even though politically it would have been good to just let it rot and let it go away. I decided, and I told my people, the top people, and they're very good people. I have a lot of good people in that administration. We read about the bad ones. We had some real bad ones, too, and so do they. They have really bad ones. The difference is they don't get rid of them. But let me just explain. I had a choice to make. Do I save it and make it as good as it can be, or do I let it rot? And I saved it. I did the right thing. But it's still never going to be great, and it's too expensive for people. And what we will do is we're looking at different plans. If we can come up with a plan that's going to cost our people, our population, less money and be better health care than Obamacare, then I would absolutely do it. But until then, I'd run it as good as it can be run.
So just a yes or no, you still do not have a plan?
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now. But if
He doesn't have a plan.
we come up with something, I would only change it if we come up with something that's better and less expensive. And there are concepts and options we have to do that. And you'll be hearing about it in the not too distant future.
You're gonna
Vice
love
President
it.
Harris,
We
in
don't know what it is.
2017, you
It's
said-
gonna be great. No
Yeah.
dogs will be eaten.
Yeah, I haven't read it. It's Project 2025. Great work. I never read it.
Yeah,
Ported
it's
for-
Project 2025.
Yeah, I mean,
Is what he's changing.
privatized healthcare, basically. Yeah.
That's so
Bernie
funny.
Sanders' proposal to do away with private insurance and create a government-run healthcare system. 2 years later, you proposed a plan that included a private insurance option. What is your plan today?
Well, first of all, I absolutely support, and over the last 4 years as vice president, private health care options. But what we need to do is maintain and grow the Affordable Care Act. But I'll get to that, Lindsay. I just need to respond to a previous point. that the former president has made. I've made very clear my position on fracking. And then this business about taking everyone's guns away. Tim Walz and I are both gun owners. We're not taking anybody's guns away. So stop with the continuous lying about this stuff. As it relates to the Affordable Care Act, understand, just look at the history to know where people stand. When Donald Trump was president, 60 times he tried to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. 60 times. I was a senator at the time when I will never forget the early morning hours when it was up for a vote in the United States Senate. And the late, great John McCain, who you have disparaged as being, you don't like him, you said, at the time because he got caught. He was an American hero. The late, great John McCain, I will never forget that night.
He sewed his pussy
walked onto the
shut.
Senate floor and said, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't get rid of the Affordable Care Act. You have no plan. And what the Affordable Care Act has done is eliminate the ability.
I'd rather watch iShowSpeed debate Hawk Tuah.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
By the way, Mr. O, I watched the whole fucking first Hawk Tuah podcast episode with Whitney Cummings. Bro. Oh, dude.
Fire?
Dude. Bro.
Savage?
Oh, dude. I can't stand Whitney Cummings, right?
Yeah, she sucks.
It's getting worse, dude.
Really? Worse?
I cannot stand her even more now.
Wow. What'd she do?
Went on that Hawk Tuah podcast and just
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I gotta see it myself. I mean, she was my favorite comedian before you said that, so I don't know.
I watched the whole podcast, dude, and I was in Baja mode the whole time, not liking it.
You were hate watching.
Hate watched the whole thing, dude.
Interesting.
Insurance companies to deny people with pre-existing conditions. I don't have to tell the people watching tonight. You remember what that was like? Remember when an insurance company could deny if a child had asthma, if someone was a breast cancer survivor, if a grandparent had diabetes? And thankfully, as I've been vice president and we over the last 4 years have strengthened the Affordable Care Act, we have allowed for the first time Medicare to negotiate drug prices on behalf of you, the American people. Donald Trump said he was going to allow Medicare to negotiate drug prices. He never did. We did. And now we have capped the cost of insulin at $35 a month. Since I've been vice president, we have capped the cost of prescription medication for seniors at $2,000 a year. And when I am president, we will do that for all people, understanding that the value I bring to this is that access to health care should be a right and not just a privilege of those who can afford it. And the plan has to be to strengthen the Affordable Care Act, not get rid of it.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
In terms of where Donald Trump stands on that.
I want to move to an issue that's important for a lot of...
She made a mistake. At number one, John McCain fought Obamacare for 10 years. But it wasn't only him. It were all of the Democrats that kept it going. And you know what? We can do much better than Obamacare, much less money. But she won't improve private insurance for people, private medical insurance. That's another thing she doesn't want to give. People are paying privately for insurance that have worked hard and made money, and they want to have private. She wants everybody to be on government insurance where you wait 6 months for an operation that you need immediately.
President Trump, thank you. We have another issue that we'd like to get to that's important for a number of Americans, in particular younger voters, and that's climate change. President Trump, with regard to the environment, you say that we have to have clean air and...
I want them to talk about the Burt Kreischer video with Rite Aid.
clean water. Vice President Harris, you call climate change an existential threat. The question to you both tonight is, what would you do to fight climate change? And Vice President Harris, we'll start with you. 1 minute for you each.
Well, the former president had said that climate change is a hoax. And what we know is that it is very real. You ask anyone who lives in a state who has experienced these extreme weather occurrences, who now is either being denied home insurance or it's being jacked up. You ask anybody who has been the victim of what that means in terms of losing their home, having nowhere to go. We know that
it's not real, Cooney. I don't want to hear your fucking fake news about climate change. I have an air conditioner. It works.
100 degrees when we did a podcast, right? Temo's very hard to do in 100-degree weather.
It's 10 minutes. How bad could it be?
I don't even want to do 9 minutes. And then fucking what? Mold.
The mold, that's your fault. You don't have windows open. Why are you going to take a shower with no windows open?
The king of mold manor. And I fucking almost died from mold. Almost poisoned you with mold. That's global warming, B.
We can actually deal with this issue. The young people of America care deeply about this issue. And I am proud that as Vice President over the last 4 years, we have invested $1 trillion in a clean energy economy, while we have also increased domestic gas production to historic levels. We have created over 800,000 new manufacturing jobs while I have been Vice President. We have invested in clean energy to the point that we are opening up factories around the world. Donald Trump said he was going to create manufacturing jobs. He lost manufacturing jobs. And I'm also proud to have the endorsement of the United Auto Workers and Sean Fain, who also know that part of building a clean energy economy includes investing in American-made products, American automobiles. It includes...
Gay Cooney be using olive oil as lube, B.
growing what we can do around American manufacturing and opening up auto plants, not closing them like
almost
happened
over,
under
I think.
Donald Trump.
Vice President Harris, thank you.
This is taking so much longer than I thought.
It was a
lost
long debate,
10,000
B.
manufacturing
I like
jobs
being on the stream.
this last
Yeah.
month.
This is the
I have a
longest
headache.
stream we've done so far.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, by a long shot. It's 4 hours almost.
Really?
It's going, they're all leaving. They're building big auto plants in Mexico, in many cases owned by China. They're building these massive plants, and they think they're going to sell their cars into the United States because of
the worst
these
emos
people.
ever.
What they have given to China is
4
unbelievable.
hours of Trump.
We're not going to let
You guys
that.
like us
We'll put
watching
tariff-
Brendan Schaub clips? Well, for 10 minutes, we're going to watch 4 hours of Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
It's them talking about the state of America.
And dogs.
on those cars so they can't come into our country because they will kill the United Auto Workers and any auto worker, whether it's in Detroit or South Carolina or any other place. What they've done to business and manufacturing in this country is horrible.
Atrocious.
We have
Say it.
nothing because they refuse. You know, Biden doesn't go after people because supposedly China paid him millions of dollars. He's afraid to do it. Between him and his son, they get all this money from Ukraine. They get all this money from all of these different countries. And then
Thank
you
you,
wonder,
Squab.
why is he so loyal to this one, that one, Ukraine, China? Why is he? Why did he get $3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife? Why did he get
The mayor of Moscow's wife? The mayor of Moscow's wife.
Dude, that's a great fucking title of a book or something.
No, that's a band name, dude.
Or a band name. Oh, that'd be a great band name.
$3.5 million from the mayor of Moscow's wife?
The mayor of Moscow's wife. It sounds like a tongue twister almost.
Yeah.
Say it. It's like say it a bunch of times fast or whatever.
The mayor of Moscow's wife. The mayor of Moscow. Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I already told you about mine, right?
What?
I'm not going to do it here.
Your
Fuck.
tongue twister?
Yeah. Fat black chicks, black fat chicks, fat black chicks, black fat chicks, fat black chicks, black fat chicks.
Damn, Gerardo's off the pot.
No, but it's so hard to do. I mean, I understand if you don't want to do it, but guys, at home, I went to theater school. I had to make a tongue twister. I said, okay, what about this one? Everyone, they all hated on it. They said, Gerardo, you're being racist again. And then I was like, do me a favor, try to say it. And it was a really good moment, actually, because I was kind of in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
But then when they tried to say it, because the other students had to try to do it, it was a tongue twister, dude. Their tongues got twisted. And that was the assignment for the week. So, fuck you, and it works, dude. And I shouldn't have said it on a lie, but it's fine.
Why did she pay him $3.5 million? This is a crooked administration, and they're selling our country down the tubes.
President Trump, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back with closing statements from both of our candidates.
my
An
God.
historic
Closing
night.
statements.
Let's go to the closing statements. These should be good. I do like C-SPAN because there's no commercials, just dead presidents. Let's see here. Where are we at? Imagine they evacuated. Oh,
Here we go.
David Muir
Get
and
ready,
Lindsay
Get
Davis.
ready, Chin.
let's
Welcome
see.
back tonight. The time has come for closing statements, and Vice President
shit.
Harris.
How
we
fuck
begin
you
with
still live?
So I think you've heard tonight two very different visions for our country.
No
One
shit.
that is focused on
No
the future.
shit.
and the
Was
other
that
that
needed
is
to be
focused
said?
on
Yeah.
Oh, really, dude?
Oh, really, dude?
Oh, you guys have different ideas? Really?
Oh, really,
Shut the
dude?
fuck up.
and an attempt to take us
I had
backward.
hiccups in me last word.
But we're not going back. And I do believe that
ain't
the
never
American
gonna stop.
people know we all have so much more in common than what separates us. And we can chart a new way forward.
I'm so proud to have the endorsement of Taylor Swift, Skrillex, Lil Jon, Bass B to the Don King,
Rich Homie Quan, R.I.P.
who's that guy that Draco the Ruler, posthumously.
And a
Crystalia.
Crystal
Vision of-
Kamala though.
that includes having a plan, understanding the aspirations, the dreams, the hopes, the ambition of the American people, which is why I intend to create an opportunity economy, investing in small businesses, in new families, in what we can do around protecting seniors, what we can do that is about giving hardworking folks a break and bringing down the cost of living. I believe in what we can.
Dude, Marvin Moreno caught me, dude.
Yeah, you're hard as shit right now.
I'm just like, what you look like when them what is it called? Them motherfucking earrings are off, girl. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yo, shawty, get that Austin Powers get up off you, bruh.
can do together that is about sustaining America's standing
I
in
gave
the
her my
world
dick endorsement.
and ensuring that we have the respect that we so rightly deserve, including respecting our military and ensuring we have the most lethal fighting force in the world.
Oh,
I will
shit.
be a
Oh, Adam. Even though comedy / Bappa might have been the initiator for us viewers to watch you guys together, I hope you guys stay lifelong friends. You guys are awesome and help a lot of us viewers.
Oh, thank you, Adam. That's very nice.
Thanks, Adam.
Nice thing to say.
I'm not gonna lie, Adam looks like he's going through it in the comments, but I read every single one of them. It was just some of them were, we're a comedy podcast, dude. Some of them, I'm like, Adam's got a good point. Adam, he's got good points.
I
love to see it.
missed those comments. We
Yeah.
gotta check them out.
I think I have Baja mode comments on. You have traction control.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why fucking YouTube sucks sometimes with that. Adam's gay for y'all.
And
Hella
you
gay.
should be too, Mr. O.
Yeah, dude, you don't want to see
Everyone.
my dick.
No, I'm just kidding.
Shout out to you, Adam. We appreciate that, man.
president that will protect our fundamental rights and freedoms, including the right of a woman to make decisions about her own body and not have her government tell her what to do. I'll tell you,
Body.
I
I'm
started
so
my
tired.
career.
I'm just getting horny now.
I'm
What did you say
horny.
about body?
Oh, you're late to the party, Daddy, because you boy. The opening statements got me horny. You're waiting for the closing ones.
I'm too tired to be smart right now.
We're almost done. I'm sorry, Cooney.
As a prosecutor, I was a DA, I was an attorney general, a United States senator, and now vice president. I've only had one client, the people. And I'll tell you, as a prosecutor, I never asked a victim or a witness, are you a Republican or a Democrat? The only thing I ever asked them, are you okay?
How many chicks do you find?
And that's the kind of president we need
You think
right
Shab
now.
watched the debate?
Someone who
Said,
cares about
girl?
Yeah. Oh, no, he's going to get the Cliff Notes probably.
Yeah.
you and is not putting themselves first. I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on what we can do over the next 10 and 20 years to build back up our country by investing right now in you, the American people.
Honestly, if one of them were to be like, and I'm tired of crowd work clips, I would vote for them. Right?
You hate him that much. I love how there's like so little time for Trump. He's not going to say much.
Right?
Vice President Harris, thank you. President Trump?
So she just started by saying she's going to do this, she's going to do that, she's going to do all these
She's been here
wonderful
for 4
things.
years.
Why hasn't she done it? She's been there for 3.5 years. They've had 3.5 years to fix the border. They've had 3.5 years to create jobs and all the things we talked about. Why hasn't she done it? She should leave right now, go down to that beautiful White House, go to the Capitol, get everyone together and do the things you want to do, but you haven't done it and you won't do it because you believe in things that the American people don't believe in. You believe in things like we're not going to frack, we're not going to take fossil fuel, we're not going to do things that are going to make this country strong, whether you like it or not. Germany tried that, and within 1 year they were back to building normal
What?
energy plants.
Oh, okay.
We're not ready for it. We
I was like,
can't
where's this going?
sacrifice our country for the sake of bad vision. But I just ask one simple question. Why didn't she do it? We're a failing nation. We're a nation that's in serious decline.
Tired pumpkin.
We're being laughed at all over the world. All over the world, they're laughing. I know the leaders very well. They're coming to see me. They call me. We're laughed at all over the world. They don't understand what happened to us as a nation. We're not a leader. We don't have any idea what's going on. We have wars going on in the Middle East. We have wars going on with Russia and Ukraine. We're going to end up in a third world war, and it'll be a war like no other because of nuclear weapons, the power of weaponry. I rebuilt our entire military. She gave a lot of it away to the Taliban. She gave it to Afghanistan. What these people have done to our country, and maybe toughest of all, is allowing millions of people to come into our country. Many of them are criminals, and they're destroying our country. The worst president, the worst vice president in the history of our country.
President Trump, thank you. And that is our ABC News presidential debate from here in Philadelphia at the National Constitution Center.
Shit.
I'm Lindsay Davis.
And I'm David Muir. Thank you for watching.
And I'm Blockbuster.
We did it. Hope you guys enjoyed that shit.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Who won?
Who won?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, not America.
The fans won, dude.
Yeah, the Hawks.
The fucking fans of democracy won today because that was a very well conducted debate.
What?
Right?
No.
Oh, come on, dude. I'm trying to be fucking political here. The Cats won. We all lost. Yeah, well, thank you guys for joining us. I did not expect to be streaming for this long. How long have we been going for here? Let's see here. 4 hours, dude. 4 hours on the dot. Shout out to you guys.
Shit.
You guys are the fucking best. We'll be back live tomorrow. Not as long as we were today, I'll tell you that right now. And we'll do some more fun stuff tomorrow. I know there's a lot of posts in the Reddit, so we'll catch up on all that stuff.
All right. Later, guys. Have a good night.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Peace out.